Very much so.
Hello everybody. Sorry we are 10 minutes late. If indeed there is anybody there right now.
Yeah, Rob's there.
There we go.
I am there. I am, he's here. That's funny.
Basically, I have my YouTube account set up, so when I upload... There we go.
That's what you just said.
I know, yes. I wish there was two of me sometimes.
No, I'm moving out.
So I have the YouTube account set up, so whenever I upload a video, it automatically goes unlisted, so I can leave it there and then schedule it and do stuff for later. And it just so happens to be that on the phone, it wouldn't let me go back to being public, so I had to get my laptop out, change it to public, go back, do the phone, blah 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 blah. Anyway, we're here now.
And there was no swearing. There was no little mini strops anywhere or anything, was there? There was none of that.
It wasn't stressful at all.
No.
Not at all.
No.
No.
I just sat. But anyway, hi.
Hello.
So let's go through.
Sorry,
hi Rob. Late. Hi, I am. Hi Tur. Hi. Oh, we were talking about DD the Sprinter van. We're talking about you, Dave, today and your missus. Because we were just talking about nuclear power stations.
Oh yeah.
And the last time that we were at one at Sizewell is where we met you guys. So yeah, we're having a chat about it.
And thanks for being a member as well.
Yes, and thank you very much.
Cozy's on there as well.
Oh, hi Cozy.
So it's is it John and Donna? I don't want to say Donna. It's John and someone. Cozy Adventures. I always remember the bloke's name, never the woman's name. Sorry about that. Mandy's going to check.
It says.
Mandy's checking on the sticker.
You got it right, John and Donna.
Get it.
Oh my God. I'll give you a high five, but you don't deserve it. Hi guys. And Josie if she's there. Thanks for putting your names on your sticker.
Yeah.
But John got it right anyway.
There you go.
Oh dear. But
hi
yes,
Jim. Hi Roger. Tanks on Tour. Off Beaten Path. Mark. Richie. North Devon Motorhomer. Hopes Freedom. I Hopes for
I like
Freedom
the Hope
too.
of Freedom.
Oh, and the Radfords are on as well. All right,
Oh,
Radders.
hi guys. How you doing? Oh, we had a lovely time in Spain. I wasn't jealous at all.
She was actually. I wasn't because it was way too warm for me.
Oh, but I loved it. Oh, I tell you.
Right, so now everyone's there. Oh, did I get... Oh, we did. We got a Womble as well. All right,
We've
Kev.
got a Womble.
Yeah.
All right, Uncle Kev.
How you doing, mate?
Oh, nice to see you. Not spoke to you for ages. Technically, is this talking to him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One way.
Yeah.
He can type his answer back. Right. You've got all the questions on there.
Oh, have you sent them me?
Yep. So, first question I'll go with was the one I've just seen there. Will you check the van's weight before you set off? We have just, well, was it yesterday, set off effectively. So, we are now packed, ready to go. We're just waiting for Rob and we're waiting for Greg and Lou.
Yep.
Because they're just, I don't know, Rob's still getting his van sorted or something, honestly.
Taking his time, doing the things.
So anyway, yes, packed, ready to go. And we are normally within about 200 kilograms of our weight. Then we had 100 kilograms of water. And then obviously from that, it's like extra bits of tech and everything. But obviously living in the van, we don't really add extra. In fact, this time we've taken a lot of stuff out and put it in storage. We've
definitely taken so much more stuff out of here than what was in before. And we know that before we took all of that out, that we were underweight anyway. So yeah,
we normally run, like I say, without any water in the tanks, about 200 kilograms out. But with full water on board, if you've been to the loo a little bit and we're full of diesel and everything else, then we're probably 50 kilograms under or something like that. So we're fine.
Yeah.
Right, so we have some questions that are, I suppose, the prelude to this video, and that is the fact that everyone asked us about 35 questions and I've hopefully condensed them into a few. So would you like to fire away with the questions? Well, anybody else while you're here?
I was just going to say, don't ask them to do any questions yet. Once we've done these, answer your question again, otherwise we're going to be scrolling back. I'm going to go back through and scroll through these once I've asked these questions, and I will scroll through and make sure I've not missed anything. But hang fire just for a sec if you've got a question, and we'll do these ones first. So why are we travelling so far and so fast?
Yeah, that was a very common one, wasn't it?
It was.
We did say in the video that we've done it in a way that it's, what did we say? It was like a taster
tour.
Yeah. So it allows us to go to all these places that we've never been to before, and we've not seen a lot of other people do it on YouTube either, to see what they're like, and then maybe in the future we might spend 3 months in the I won't say the Baltics, but I mean the Balkans. I keep getting that mixed up.
Yeah, no, it's the Baltics, babe. Isn't it?
No, the
Isn't
Balkans.
It because it's Baltic over there.
Yeah,
No, because it's cold.
No, that's Scandinavia. But yeah, we are doing Scandinavia.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Balkans. So like Croatia, Bosnia, Albania, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
The Balkans is the bit opposite Italy.
We did have a lovely lady commented on the video and was asking, had worked out the average, and it worked out on an average of 10.5 days in every country.
Yeah.
And as much as, to me, I'm like, wow, get 10 days in every country, that's brilliant. Because we do move, as you know, we do move around a lot.
Yeah.
But on this one, we're going to be, say like Estonia. We know, well, we've been told that it is beautiful there, but it is tiny in comparison to Poland.
Yeah.
So we know we're going to be staying for less time in Estonia than we will be doing in Poland, because we need to spend more time in Poland to see it that little bit more.
Yeah, and so for example, France, we're only in France for 2 days.
Yeah. Oh well, 2 days on the way out.
Yeah.
It'll be longer on the way back.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there are some that is a transiting countries. We're not even staying in Belgium, but it's on the list because we're going through it. So we're not even staying a day in there because we're just going to go through and then stay in the Netherlands. So yeah, there's a few there that we've done Belgium to death previously, because we always have to drive through it to get to your sisters, and we've seen a lot of Belgium. So yeah, that's that.
Next question.
Question number 2.
Question number 2.
How will you handle COVID restrictions?
Yeah. We'll just deal with that as and when. It was quite a common theme. Why are you doing it now? How are you doing it now? Do you expect to get problems? And like you said in the last video, our experience of Spain last year, with all the COVID restrictions and lockdowns and everything they had, was not only was it different for us being tourists in there, and they did welcome tourists, and everyone on our list right now is welcoming tourists, so that's all right. But number 2, it seemed to be that there was plenty of information out there about which areas are locked down, what the lockdown restrictions are in certain places, and to move around those restrictions as quite easily as well. So
yeah, and it was different from what we could see on Facebook and on the news and everything. It was so different when you were there on the ground. And I know that some people, they would say that they would rather us didn't do that, and it wasn't really the done thing. But you saw what we were up in mountains most of the time, apart from Christmas, and even then when we knew we were going to go see people, we gave a 10-day gap and stayed away from people for 10 days, because we're not daft, you know. We do try and be as careful as we can. So all we can do is we're literally going to read up on every country we're going to and make sure we are following their guidelines as per their government and anything that we're doing. We're not going to take the mickey, and we're just going to do what we can. And if something stops us, then we will reset, readjust, and
work around
continue
it.
again.
Yeah. So just before we get into the next question, I want to say hello to a new member.
Oh, hi,
Jose.
Jose. Hi, Jose.
So yes, we have put memberships back on again now. So yeah, thanks for joining. As members, you get the same as everyone else, but now and again, if we're really good at my editing and really good at our scheduling, you'll get early access to the videos.
Yes. Yes, and but, if we do get around to doing it, we keep saying we're going to do all the bloopers over there, but we have loads of people who aren't members that love the bloopers, so we feel like that would be a bit mean to do that on memberships only. But yeah,
but in other words, we really appreciate your support as members to make trips like this possible.
Absolutely, yeah.
And keep Mandy and coffee and Cooper and biscuits.
Absolutely. I mean, we had a lovely chat to somebody today, didn't we? That parked up at the side of the van, and they knew that we were going away, and I've forgotten the name. I'm terrible with names, I'm so sorry, but they had an old riot van they were converting, was it?
Yeah, it was like a police riot van or something.
Like a holding cells van thing, wasn't it?
Bulletproof windows and everything like that.
Absolutely brilliant, and I got to see the kitty in there and share some of the cat treats. Tash, I hope the girls don't mind if you're there, that is. And she was adamant that she wanted to buy some stickers and things from us to help us out on our journey. So she literally got one of everything that we've got in the van. We just got the little box out and we've given it everything, because we're just so grateful. So it's lovely. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Not thank you, but thank you.
Okay. Go on then.
What are you least looking forward to?
I guess the fact that there's lots of comments that were on the last 2 videos. Don't go there, there's corrupt border officials, you won't make it through there, or you won't make it through here. It's that worries me, even though I shouldn't be worried because that's someone else's experience, it's not our experience. I mean, what really worries me is that one of us gets ill or something on the way or something like that. I think we've overcome most of the challenges now. A little bit of an update. It looks like we're good to go on travel insurance every country we're going to.
Yes.
So we're good to go for places like Albania, Serbia and Turkey. And vehicle insurance as well. It looks to be that there's a possibility of getting all that sorted out as well with a second insurance company. So it's actually 2 insurance policies on the van, which yes is legal by the way. It's just that we don't want to cancel one and take out a new one right before starting the trip or whatever, so we're just going to take the second policy out. So it does look like we're fully insured on that one, so that's taken the headache out of that one.
Well, I'm going to answer the question.
Well, go on, what's your fear?
No, it doesn't say fear. It says what you're least looking forward to.
Oh, right, I thought it was fear. I thought that.
So that's it. What
least looking forward to? Same thing, actually.
Yeah?
I am least looking forward to one of us getting ill or something like that.
I'm just least looking forward to the cold.
Oh.
Nice and simple. Don't like cold. So I'm least looking forward to the cold. What are you most looking forward to?
Oh, just opening my eyes every day and seeing what we see. Yeah. I was texting Rob and the other people who were on the trip with, and that Greg and Lou and everything the other day, just to say that we're going to go through like parts of Scandinavia during sort of autumn, late autumn.
Just bear me 1 second.
Oops, Maggie's doing something. Oh, okay.
Sorry, there was a guy getting changed out of a wetsuit and I could see his bottom.
Oh, so... wow.
Oh, and this guy over there, oh, don't look over that window either. Oh my God.
Lots of people getting changed out of wetsuits.
And he's not facing backwards either.
Anyhow.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay then.
Yeah. That's made me blush.
Oh.
Anyway.
When so,
oh, you do.
Yeah, so I was going to say that, we're going to go through Scandinavia during autumn, so you get to see all the forests and trees all change colour and all the landscape and all that. And then when we're coming back, the loop back takes us up through the top of Italy, the Dolomites, Switzerland, stuff like that, and the Alps in, well, sort of springtime. So we get to see the change of colour as well. Stop looking at all these men.
It's not, that's a lady. What are you on about?
Is that a lady?
Yeah, she's come out of the ladies' toilet.
Oh, okay, then, fair enough.
Honestly. Stay focused, man. I'm most looking forward to everything. I can't pick anything. So
just looking forward to everything.
Everything, yeah. Okay. Because I'm a nervous Nelly and I will overthink the heck out of everything. And so what will happen is that I will be pleasantly surprised when things actually just go okay and that there are no problems. So that's the bit I'm looking forward to, the having the peace of mind that things are going well.
Oh, okay,
I think,
then.
For that.
Put some lights on.
And of course everything, because it sounds like an epic trip.
Yeah.
And the last one, how did you decide which places to visit?
It's an interesting one, that one. There's a few of us on the first part of the trip, so Amsterdam came up quite a hot one for that one, didn't it? Everyone was talking about Amsterdam, so that's why Amsterdam's in there. We love Denmark, so I wanted to make sure we went back to Denmark. We want to go and see Ash, because he's a good mate and we haven't seen him for like, well, a year now. So,
someone moved to Sweden, didn't they?
Moved to Sweden.
You know?
So I wanted to see Ash. Going to see an Ash then meant obviously top of Sweden or most part of middle top of Sweden, and then across to Finland. So that's why we came down that route, which led to Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania. Poland, you wanted to go and see quite a few sites in Poland, don't you?
Yeah, as you know, I like. I'm a bit of a war buff from the Second World War, and I'm interested in all sorts of stuff. So as part of that, you also have to see the dark side as well as the light side.
Yeah.
And I've been to Anne Frank's house in Amsterdam and was absolutely humbled by the whole thing, and I need to sort of continue that and see if we can get to Auschwitz and Auschwitz-Birkenau, which is just a bit further down. Apparently it's like a mile down the road or something. So that's on the list, and hopefully we'll get to do that as much as many things as well.
Yeah, but on a daily basis, it's normally get your phone out, look around you, use all sorts of like travel sites, just to see what might be of interest in that area. and other than that, the only sort of thing that might sway us where we go next would be weather. And on this little trip, obviously we've got the Schengen thing to deal with as well. So that gives us a timeline to deal with Schengen and stuff. So
which is obviously also known as the hokey cokey.
The hokey, actually, yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, those are the reasons why we're choosing the places we're going to see. Some of it is our choice, other bit is chosen by weather or Schengen.
One more thing, just had an Instagram question pop up from the Rolling Brooks. They've said, are we going to wild camp or are we booking campsites ahead as we go?
We've probably only booked one campsite ahead of where we're going, and that's for the first few days in Amsterdam, so that we can all stay in the middle of Amsterdam and do all sorts of touristy stuff and leave the van and everything on a secure site.
Yeah, so it's secure, and we know that the trams are dog friendly, and you can get a pass. It's like €19 each for 72 hours, unlimited travel. Yeah. And we've used the heck out of them before when we've been there, so we're just going to do that again, hopefully, and get loads of. I was going to say steak. I can't eat steak. Loads of Heineken drinking and waffle eating and all the other nice things too.
But as far as everything else is concerned, we'll probably use campsites when we need to. So like Croatia, there's no wild camping in Croatia, so use campsites there. But we've built ourselves an off-grid motorhome, so it goes everywhere and can stay off-grid, doesn't need to be plugged in. You know, even as far as water and toilet and that's concerned, we can make it last at least sort of a week or two. Yeah,
and I mean, Europe is made for it.
Yeah.
And, you know, we were just looking back at Ash's videos as he was making his way up Sweden when he was with Debs and Martin. Yeah. And some of the places, lakeside places with piers and just beautiful park-ups with picnic benches and fire pits.
I was going to say, and wood, ready chopped wood for you to burn.
They just looked amazing. So it's just like, why book on a campsite when all of that is at your disposal? But like John said, Croatia, we know that there's some approved. It's like approved wild camping, which kind of takes the wild out of it.
Air, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose, but I think they just call it an approved camper van location or whatever. Yeah. And there are some lovely campsites. And from what I've seen, just looking at PitchUp, for instance, you can get a decent either lakeside or beachside campsite for like €6. Yeah. Excuse me, the bass coming. Yeah, €6 a night. So for that, it's a no-brainer really. If it's somewhere that's really, really nice, and we can go bodyboarding in Croatia. I mean, how cool would that be?
There you go. Then it'd be quite cool, but I'll let you off.
Cool, you see, I said cool.
But apps and things like that. A few people have asked us about apps, camper stops. Again, Pat for nights. What was the other one we used last time? I forget what it was called now. I forget what the other one.
Camper stop.
Camper stop, yeah, I said that one. So camper stop, part for night, and there was another one. But those are the two that we mainly use, and the other one was, wild camping app. Yeah. So those are the two, three that we use mainly.
Yeah, but we have found that because they are so well kitted out in Europe for it, they're even on Google Maps. Yeah. You can literally, as long as you know in the country what you're looking for to call it that name to search for it, then you can find them everywhere. Even
so in France, it's Air de Camping Car.
Yeah.
So you just got to understand camping car and search for that one. And then say, for example, where was I looking the other day? Was it Croatia or Romania? They've got another word for it. But once you use that word and then search Google Maps, then you pull up all the locations.
Remember when we went to Denmark and we were looking and we're like, what is that? And the word was like this long and started with a W or something. And we're just like, that can't be. Oh, it means motorhome. Yeah. Okay. So just looking here, someone has been and got their AHC today. We got Coops today.
We did.
And they paid £150 too.
All right.
So we paid 150 quid for Coops today, and we also got his boosters done because his boosters are due in October. So we figured that we might as well get that done while we were there. Yeah. Best vets I've ever been to. I mean, I know that she was even apologising for it costing so much money. Yeah. And then giving me hints and tips for what to say to the vets when you're in France or wherever if you're going to try and get an EU passport for him. So yeah, brilliant stuff. It's a lot. It stings, doesn't it? Especially we've only used 2 trips for Coop. Yeah. For 300 quid we spent in the first place.
Yeah. But hopefully it might change back. Who knows? But yeah, really good vets. What was it called? Broadway Veterinary Group. Yeah. In Herne Bay.
Yeah. Can't fault them. Yeah. And it's on the way down if you are looking to go somewhere on the way down to the tunnel, and it's beautiful and it's right close to a it's right close to a really nice Turkish restaurant.
Right close, is it?
Right close. I went to Yorkshire for a minute there.
Any more questions or is that all done?
That's all of your questions that you sent me.
Right, so that's the pre-planned questions.
So let's get cracking on these ones. Oh, Phil's picking up the first motorhome in a couple of weeks.
Phil.
Oh, just Phil Allen. He's getting his new motorhome. Ooh. So I'm excited just doesn't cover it. He says, I bet. I was well excited the first time we got one.
I think the first time we got a motorhome, we were actually talking today about this with the people we met.
Yep.
We were so scared about we wanted to put some drink shelves in or just make some few alterations, personalise it.
Yeah.
And we were so scared with attaching anything anywhere to the van.
Yeah, it was like, oh, it's not going to be standard if we do that. What if there's a staple hole in the wood and people see it?
What if we put a sticker on there? Or we're going down the lanes and the door mirrors or the
scratched or whatever. Yeah.
Like, oh.
I know we're like, doors? We don't need that door. Take it out. Throw it in the bin. Who cares?
Well, technically we do, but yeah.
I know, but
it'll polish out.
John says, John or Donna, whoever's typing, so I don't know who's typing, says, can they come with us? Of course you can.
Yeah.
Of course you can.
We spoke about this. Come on.
Yeah, actually, we really did. And about America too.
Yeah. Someone said, have you enjoying it so far? Well, technically, although we're set off on the trip, like I say, we're in a bit of limbo now because we're waiting for everyone else to finish off their little things. Come on, Rob.
Although saying that, we're sat on a beach, I'm drinking beer, we've just had chippy. It's not particularly, it's a very nice limbo to be in.
It is, yeah. We're going to see Daz because it's Daz's birthday soon, so we're going to see Daz. And then pretty much a week today, we will be en France.
Yes.
And hopefully a week tomorrow,
we'll have an EU passport for
yeah,
Coop.
Yeah, Coop and
Archie. Yeah.
So, fingers crossed, if all goes to plan, then that leads to everything else then. But that's the first little hurdle, is to get past that EU pet passport.
Although today, and this is interesting if people don't know this, and I know I'm finding out more, that Facebook group, the Animal Health Certificate Facebook group, is actually really, really, really good, because they had an example of what an Animal Health Certificate document perfectly filled in looks like. So you can do, and we've been checking it against the other one, and then there's a checklist for Brittany ferries just to make sure that it covers everything, and it's what they check when you're going to get on the ferry. So it's really good to have them to go and have a look at and check that yours is okay, so it doesn't get refused when you're checking in. Excuse me, but the vet also said that if you've got a UK passport for your dog in the first instance, dog, cat or ferret, dog, cat or ferret, that you can use that as proof of inoculation, and if you've had the titer test, which is the blood test to prove you've got antibodies, that you can use that to get back into the EU if you are out of the EU. And you can also use that to get back into the UK. It's just when you have your worming tablet done, you have to have both the passport and the AHC filled in on page 4.
Yeah.
So, but it's really good to know that if you're away for more than 4 months, then you can still use your pet passport, because it literally, even though it doesn't work to get into Europe because they've stopped it, it does work for everything else as you're doing as a proof of inoculation.
Someone's shouting, Finland, Finland, Finland! Yeah, it's obviously somewhere we've never been to before. Most of this trip includes places we've never been to before. And yeah, I can't wait for Finland actually. And I can't wait for Sweden as well. Another one said, have you ever fancied going to Chernobyl? Well, strangely enough, you'll notice that there's a big gap in our travel map, and that's because they put up borders, stop, you ain't coming in. Yeah. Russia is closed right now.
Yeah, there is no way. John just wanted to go in enough to
even just to see
Petersburg.
Yeah, so I wanted to drive from Finland to St. Petersburg and then back round that way to not only miss out a ferry trip, but was to say we've been to Russia.
Yeah.
And the best I can get to that is probably I'll take a picture or do a bit of video of a sign that says St. Petersburg like 70 kilometres away, something like that.
While we're in either Finland or
Estonia.
Estonia, yeah, with the thing. Someone's asked, do we have any idea, ballpark, how many miles we're going to do?
Roughly speaking, and it is roughly speaking, if you go on to Google's got a map it tool where you can draw lines between everywhere, and it kind of pre-calculates. It is obviously rough, but it's between 9,000 and 12,000 miles, and that depends on obviously whether we get into Turkey and how much of Turkey we go and explore. So someone said TripAdvisor's good as well. Yeah, I've used TripAdvisor before for working out places to get information.
Yeah, we like going in there just to go and put a town in, and then you get like the top 10 things to do when you're there, because sometimes even though you think you know what you're going there, that will throw up some lovely surprises. Neil's here, Urban Explorer.
All right, Neil.
All right, Neil.
Got some,
and Emma, if you're there.
Got some new shoes on, I believe. brake shoes.
not broken ones.
No, ones that work well. One thing I was going to ask as well. Where was that question? One thing I was going to ask. Oh, I've missed that question now. Oh, are you going to Chernobyl? Oh, same question actually, asked twice. Are you going to Chernobyl? No, I don't think we'll go to Chernobyl until Russia's open, and it's probably not my most top of the list places to go to either.
I mean, it'd be interesting, especially now they've opened it back up again, but it'd still freak me out a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
Someone's asked, where's Coop? Coop has been for a walk on the beach, what, three
times
or 4 times today. He is literally pooped. He is absolutely, I mean, every now and again we can just hear a snore coming from the back. He's proper pooped out in a good way.
Let's get through some questions. Are you guys to use what 3 words so we can track your journey? Yes, we will be definitely using what 3 words. So if you want day-to-day kind of updates, Instagram, we'll post something on Instagram, maybe on the community tab as well on YouTube. But the vlogs, the videos will be out maybe twice a week, maybe once a week, depends on how fast we're travelling and how quickly I can get them together and make them interesting stuff.
And I'm hoping that we're going to plot them all on a map, which is what we missed doing last time. We've been chatting them at what 3 words in there, just like honestly the shared calendars are for the shared maps are for the win. So you can put everything that you want on there, you can put descriptions on there and anything you like, and then you can then share it when you're done. So we're unsure about whether we're going to share it as we go or whether we're going to share it when we're done. It's probably going to be when we're done, because we can go, if we don't keep on top of it, we can then go back to either the videos or pictures we've taken and actually put them in and plot a bit more and do it that way. So so we're not so sure. It probably will be once we're done, or at least when we're halfway, or anything like that. Yeah,
there's a few people who keep asking about what 3 words as well. How do I use those 3 words you put on screen and stuff? So we might actually do a little bit of a promo video for what 3 words at one stage, just as a how-to guide or something like that. But essentially, if you don't know, you can either go to what3words.com, enter the 3 words we put on the screen, and that'll show you exactly where we are. You can even navigate using Google Maps from there. And if you got the app on your phone, just makes it easier. Go into the app, put the what 3 words we've given you at the top of the app.
Yep.
And then that'll show you where it is. And then if you want to navigate to it, you click navigate, Google Maps, and then you're off. And
of course, you can save them if you actually put those into what 3 words and then find out where they are. You'll have the option of saving that yourself. So if you wanted to create your own little map of places that you like, rather than seeing everywhere that we've been, you can save them to your own little map and then use them as you wish.
Norway is not on our route this time because it's on a route that we're doing next year, which is a Scandinavia kind of route, I guess, which takes in everything all the way right up to Lofoten Island. So that's why we've not chosen Norway this time, because we thought we're going to do it all next year, and rather this time, because it's so quick, fast, I don't want to say the word rushed, like some people are saying.
Because we're not Russian.
No. Because we can't go to Russia. But yeah, we're basically just we're saving that for a bigger trip that we can take more time just to go up that way. Price of beer in Norway is too expensive. But there you go. That's the best reason ever.
Reason not to go. Yeah. Who's mispronounced Adventures? Is that
mispronounced Adventures? Is Alex?
Oh, yes. Hi Alex.
Oh, is he on there?
Yeah.
Hi, buddy. All right. He's not answering me though.
I know, it's terrible.
It's
terrible. Hopefully we're going to get I've just seen Mandy. Where are you? I like a man in a sweatsuit, or rather one getting out of one.
We are down south.
Down south?
Yeah, we are very close to the Channel Tunnel, waiting for our buddies.
Yes. Yes.
Are you going to Auschwitz when you go to Poland?
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I also want to sort of visit, is it the Eagle's Nest as well in Germany or Austria, somewhere around that way. So there's quite a few locations like that I'd like to go and view, not for the relative war nature of it, just because they look epic.
Yeah.
So, but you want to go and do the war bits as well, don't you?
Yes, I do. Reese and Claire are on. Hi guys.
Hi guys, you alright?
How's little Arthur getting on? Again, it's all of this. I want a conversation, but I can't,
have
because
to wait
I've got to wait
and
then see. And then in 10 minutes when I get to the bottom, I'll find out how Arthur's doing.
Very personal question asked Paul. Are either of you medication dependent? If so, how are you tackling the problem? Fortunately, touch wood, no, we're not. Strangely enough, when I lived in a house, I used to have asthma, which obviously meant I had an inhaler to take twice a day, and we were medication dependent then and all that. And literally, I don't know, within about a month of moving into the van, that was just gone.
Yeah. I mean, we have got spare inhalers, but and they've got 2 years a date on them because we did check them, so just in case if he does need them again. If anything, we rattle a bit on supplements and stuff, you know, vitamins, and I take cod liver oil and all that kind of stuff. So we've stocked up on that. That's a lot easier to stock up on than getting regular meds, isn't it? Yeah. And obviously we've got Coops, all the Coops of same stuff as me, really, isn't it? Glucosamine and all that kind of stuff. So I
guess what you'd say is that we've packed everything that we'd normally use in 3 months for all sorts of like tummy issues or anything like that, including, like I say, the supplements and everything, and we've packed that enough to last us a year.
I mean, we know we can get a lot of these things in some places. It's just that I think it's just easier for the amount of space and weight and everything that they take up. I mean, we're not taking any food over with us. I've been trying to eat through the cupboards because we are going to hit up a French supermarket soon to get there, because that's like my favourite.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who've questioned about that. Are you dealing with the restrictions on food? How are you dealing with the fact that, you know, you can't take ham or dairy products and stuff like that? And we like going abroad and going to all these places to experience life as the people that live there. So the food, the beer, you know, the whole culture and social stuff and everything is all for us is all part of the journey and part of the trip.
Neil,
someone's put Ukraine is super cheap.
Yeah, Neil sent us some money.
Neil sent us some money.
Oh, cheers, buddy.
Get Coop some snacks of Poppy and Dolly. Oh, thanks, Poppy and Dolly.
Cheers, we will. We'll get in some of the chicken strips that are his absolute favourite.
No, it's nothing to do with Neil. It's just Poppy and Dolly.
No, okay. Thanks, Poppy and Dolly.
Cheers, mate. Thanks very much. Yeah, Ukraine's super cheap. Ukraine and Belarus is also off our list for, well, political reasons, shall we say, right now. As we spoke about in the last video, we've got some info from a company called Hotspot Cover. So it's an insurance company that will provide you with insurance for when the shit hits the fan kind of scenarios. And they'll come and get you out of that situation no matter how bad it is. And yeah, they've given us some countries that we should avoid. So that's why we're not going to those.
Yep. And we figured that, you know, there's going to be lots of time in the future for when things are a little bit more settled in lots of places that we can get to visit, because apparently it is amazing. So we could probably do that when we get to do Russia. Hopefully all of that will be opened up and we'll be sorted.
Yeah, and we can get all our insurances sorted out and everything else as well.
Right. Have you got a question?
Yeah, someone said, are you still going to Turkey? Have you sorted your insurance out? Yes, we have sorted a way to insure our van, which is a secondary insurance policy from a different company. But we're not talking about that yet until we actually get there, get it set up and everything else, because it's just one of them that I don't want to jinx it.
Yeah, I mean, we've had so many insurance quotes and things where it looked like it was going to be absolutely perfect and give us everything we wanted. Yeah, it was a little bit more money than we thought, but belt and braces, you can't put a price on, peace of mind and all of this stuff, and then there would be something. Yeah,
like someone gave us, I mean, I'm not being funny, but you guys have been fantastic. Absolutely
unbelievably fantastic.
We've had people that have got emails from like Saga Insurance saying, yeah, it's all this, it's all that. Right, so if my friend does this, he can get his insurance. This, like my friend does that, he can get his insurance for that.
Yeah,
and
people
they've got it all
phoning as well. It's amazing.
Yeah, all on text. And I phone Saga and they go, no, you're too young. Sorry about that. And we're like, I bet they never figured that one out when they were telling us they could do that.
It's because you're such an old fart, you see. They think that you're older than you are, whereas obviously with me it's different entirely. They thought that you'd be able to carry the age for us. But
right, okay. Right.
Yeah.
And then NFU Mutual, someone said, oh yeah, you can sort that out. We went through them, blah, 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 blah. All the documentation looked like they were going to cover us, and we're like, get in. And then apparently the underwriters considered our trip to be under their terms and conditions, that we would be non-UK residents halfway through the trip, because after 6 months or so they don't consider you to be a UK resident, because they wouldn't offer you insurance on your house to be away for 6 months or something like that. There was some BS kind of answer he
actually felt a bit
me.
made up because he was tripping up on his words, bless him, as he was doing it. But we were just like, don't worry about it, because we were just saying, okay, thank you very much for that, mate. We'll get on to the next one. We'll see you later. And he's going, at the end, I'm really.
So yeah, you guys have been brilliant. So thank you very much for trying anyway. But unfortunately,
we've been blown away actually with the amount of suggestions and actual help, like with people doing that, and all the information coming through has been wonderful.
You've got some money for coffee.
I've got money for coffee.
Yeah, John and Donna give you some money.
Oh, cheers, guys! This is not aimed at you, but you for coffee.
Oh, there's a T-shirt in the future.
I think that was on the list of ones we were going to do anyway.
It was,
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Someone's asked, if we had a choice, what would be your favourite park up area? Coast, mountains, or towns? I wouldn't want to choose. I like them all.
Mountains.
You like mountains?
Yeah, I really
it's cold
do.
up there, though, isn't it?
It's colder, but you get to see more. It's usually less populated, so it's quieter. And there's usually no issues flying the drone or all that kind of stuff. Unlike today. Today we've been in a place where you can't fly your drone, you can't park here overnight, you can't have a fire, you can't even use a video camera.
No, you can, but you have to ask permission. Get it in writing, honey.
Dear me. Yeah. So yeah, apparently John and Donna are off to go see Missy and Dom after the Overland show.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be brilliant for everybody involved, that one.
We'll be fantastic. There in May next year.
Yep.
So if you're still there, we'll see you then.
Yes. Oh, if not, go home if you're going to, and then come back.
And then come back, yeah. But yeah, old Rob on the channel. Old Rob's having his big boy birthday, isn't he?
He is.
So, chucking a party for him in Portugal.
Yeah, he was at least, what, 16, is he?
Old Rob. I don't know. I mean, he was in the Second World War, wasn't he? So.
Yeah, is that the war he was in the army then?
Yeah. So yeah, he must be about 80 or 90. Old Rob.
Yeah. Okay. I was going with 16 because he acts like a child.
He does
with
like
that button
child.
and he sits next to Greg's
speaker. I don't know.
Oh dear, we love him. It's I'm really looking forward to seeing how much Rob actually gets to wind you up. Rob's just texted and said, I'm 21.
21 my butt.
Okay.
I've just seen a comment off Neil, Urban Expo, says backs yesterday and I'm doing the backs tomorrow. I thought he meant brakes, but then I'm thinking like, oh, he's transferring some money to me.
Oh, nice.
Good luck with your brakes, mate. That's quite important one. So what's that one? Travel ferry to Spain, over to Italy, onto Tunisia and Algeria. Ooh, sounds like a nice trip.
Very nice, yeah.
Are you doing that sort of winter time because of, like me, you'd melt if you went there in the summer? Because that's, I tell you what, there you go. When somebody asked the question before, what am I not looking forward to?
Yeah, it's the heat, isn't it?
Yeah, the heat. So we're going to have to get out of Turkey before I melt. And I melt at about 28 degrees.
Because he's a girl.
Although part of our trip is hopefully we're going to be healthier by the end of this trip.
Yes. So he says, what did you, and this is an insight into life in the van. So we've been out on the beach and then John comes back and he goes, oh, it's a bit windy and things. I think I could probably do with a bit of a nap. So he goes for a nap and then I go in and wake him up at the allotted time. And he turns around and goes, oh, do you fancy Chippy from that Chippy down the road while he's still in bed? And you keep saying about us being healthier.
By the end of the trip, yeah.
By the end of the trip,
yeah.
Not the start of the trip then.
No, I'm getting geography lessons as well now.
Yep.
Chernobyl is in the Ukraine. I kind of know that, but that's why we're not going to Russia. We're not going there as well because of security reasons and everything else.
I don't know where anything is, and it's not on my map.
Well, there is a map on there, and it does cover Ukraine.
Does it? Yeah. The telly's in the way.
The telly is in the way right now, yeah.
Will you need the van serviced on the trip if you're covering 12,000 miles? I think it's not 12,000, is it?
Between 9 and 12,000 miles, yeah. What was the question?
Will you need to service the van?
Yes, oil and filter change. Everything else obviously will be checked over, but oil and filter change. And the video that's coming out on Tuesday goes over things that we take in, service parts, spare oil and all that anyway. So, someone's got, will your 4 Garrel be good enough? Camper Van Chris, no idea what 4 Garrel is. Unless it's a typo and you meant 4G and your phone's done a little bit of a weird auto-correct thing.
Yeah, maybe.
4 Garrel. 4G will be, yeah, plenty enough. wherever we're going, and if it isn't, then we'll move and find out where it's going to work better.
I suppose when you're abroad, one thing that we do like, I keep having to take these off, I feel a very school teacher, but I can't see on my screen properly, is you can choose your network. So when you're over there, providing that there is more than one network, it's like last time we went over there, with my 3 SIM, I had a choice of maybe 4 or 5 networks. So if one was a bit slow, then I could manually choose which other network was better. So more often than not, you can literally just jump on whichever one's got the best signal for you when you're there.
And it is very worthwhile to do that. Go into manual mode on your network search on your phone. Like I say, just go through the ones that are allowed. We've been doing that for years.
Yeah, years and
Roaming's
years.
great.
I mean, a lot of the time it's defaulted to automatic, so it will always pick up the strongest signal, which is not always the best one. So if you go into manual, you can then have a bit of a piddle around and find the one that's better.
Hopes freedom. Yes, it does. So Hopes Freedom said, and this is probably some time ago now because I'm just looking back, wouldn't it be good if you could take a photo on your phone and the what 3 words could be stamped on the photo? Yes, it can. So take your photo, go into your what 3 words app, go to photo mode, load up that photo, and you can even design the way the what 3 words are going to be shown and things like that as well. So it absolutely works just like that. You then save the photo with the what 3 words stamped on it and everything, and then you can upload that to Instagram. So that's how it works. We've done that in the past, so like when we were at the Overlander show early on in the year, and we wanted to tell people exactly where we were so you could come and say hello. So we did that for that. So yeah, works a treat.
It is brilliant, and it's also really good if you take a picture. If someone asks you where you were, or where was that then, but you took a picture there, you can find out exactly where that was by going in, importing it into what 3 words, so you'll never forget. You'll be like, oh, I can't remember that one when I was on the beach. And you can never forget where that is again, because if you just import it into what 3 words, it gives you all the information, and I love that.
Yeah, it's a good feature.
I have a question.
Okay.
How much have we budgeted?
What, for the full trip?
For the full trip, yeah.
I haven't got a budget for the full trip. Rob and I were speaking about this the other day because Rob is running an Etsy shop and that's his income. We're obviously doing YouTube and an online business, and that's our income. So I wanted to make sure that our budget aligned with his budget and that kind of stuff. Our budget is roughly, say, 800 a month. And when we travelled last time, when we got around Spain was so cheap that dropped down to maybe 500, 550, something like that. France was probably at the top end of the 800. Some of the countries we're going to are going to be more expensive, and some of them are going to be massively cheaper. So whilst there's not really an actual budget set for the entire trip, the Revolut app allows you to see exactly what you're spending on the app. So you can see how much you spent on fuel, food, groceries, that kind of stuff, coffee.
It's something you've got to consider. It really is.
So so by using the Revolut app and the Revolut cards, we can keep a closer eye on what we spend. And I will be hoping that I can keep that between £800 and £1,000 a month. Yeah.
I mean, even when we were in Spain for Christmas, I mean, we were feeling a little bit disheartened then, so we literally just ate and drank ourselves into a bit of a Christmas oblivion, didn't we? It was, we treated ourselves. It was our Christmas present to go on a campsite and eat out every day, and that's not what we do at all as standard. And even that, with lots of travelling, we've been up and down mountains and everything. In December, we still only spent just under £1,000, wasn't it?
€1,000, yeah.
Just, yeah, €1,000. So it does tend to go a lot further than we expect, I think, with the cost of things.
Obviously, wild camping helps, and in Spain, as you saw from our tour of Spain, whilst it looked like we were travelling a lot, we were only travelling for maybe 45 minutes, or if it was a worthwhile stretch, maybe 90 minutes every 2 or 3 days. And that really brings your cost down. On this trip, we'll probably be looking at maybe the best park-ups we might stay for 2 or 3 days, but on average we'll probably be moving every 1 or 2 days. So the fuel might be, we might use more fuel, but then some of the countries we're going to, fuel is so cheap it's untrue, so that will obviously bring down the cost slightly. So swings and roundabouts really, I guess. I'm just hoping that we don't get any major breakdowns.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Yeah, so there we go anyway.
Oh, soon Paul Brown are on.
Hi guys.
How are you doing?
Hope
Stop
you're alright.
copying me.
I didn't. I said it at the same time. Jinx.
Tell you. Hope you guys are okay.
So Austria is where the eagle's nest is.
Yep.
And Belsenberg and War Camp in Germany. We need to go there.
It's a good job that Rob said. Good job of taking you with us, Rob. Honestly, or that you're coming with us. Or we're following you, whichever way you want.
Whichever way it might be, yeah. Who knows? How many vans are on your convoy, John? Well, there's Rob, us, and Greg and Lou, but then still unsure whether they're joining us for the whole route or not.
Yeah, I think they're just going to do some of it, and then they've got other things planned. They've coming home for Christmas, so they've got to.
Yeah, and although Ash says his van doesn't really work much anymore, I'm still thinking that I just put a rope on it and go.
You're coming with us, mate.
Yeah, just go driving around the local town. That's so he feels like he's having a bit of a trip out. Well, that's an interesting question. I'm new to your channel. My friends want to follow your lifestyle choice. What is the best gift I could buy them? Not the motorhome. Oh, you see?
No, you see, and anybody else, if you answer that question as well, pop some comments in the bottom. So if you've got any question, anything that you think would be a great purchase for somebody who wants to do this, it's not a motorhome.
Yeah, it was Sarah Neal that asked the question. So if you tag Sarah in it, and she'll get the ideas. I am obviously a geek, so I would say a B2B, solar panels and lithium batteries. Because honestly, winter or summer, they'll pay out dividends.
Yeah, mine would be like a stovetop coffee maker or cheap but different ways to make coffee depending on if you've got hook up or you're wild camping, because some use gas and some use electric and things like that, because it is just all about the coffee. And I'm sure Coopy would say buy gravy bones.
So someone suggested we go to Nuremberg. I'd like to do the Nürburg in the van.
We're not doing Nürburgring in the van.
Come on, Rob, are you up for that, mate?
Don't listen to him, Rob. Honestly, no.
Clarkson did it in a transit.
Was that his house?
God rest her soul. What's she called?
Was that his house?
No. Sabina Schmidt. She drove around in a transit, yeah. Was
that her house?
Oh, I don't know where she lived.
I don't think that was anybody's house. Rob says he's in. Rob, F off, mate. No. I tell you what, Rob, I'll have your van and you can move in here.
Hey? No.
Yes. And then if you want to go racing around Nürburgring in yours and Rob's house, then you can do that, because I'll have a lovely van conversion and 2 dogs.
No.
Happy Mandy.
No. What's wrong with Belarus? Someone says they're going through a bit of political turmoil right now, and we were advised by the hotspot cover guys to avoid that area. So that's why we got their advice, and everything was to take it on board. So yeah, that's why we're not going that way. And Mandy would say because it's really cold.
Yeah, that is getting over to the cold lands over that point, especially the time of year we're going to be there. We're going to get cool climates, and I don't mind. I am fine with getting snow in places, and it would actually be lovely. I can't think of anything more. Autumnal colours up and then some snow and whatever. Absolutely fine for that, because there is a hope that we're going to get to Turkey and I'm going to get the sunshine a little bit at the end for winter before we get going again.
Yeah. If
it was literally just a case of, oh, look at all this, we're just going to have to stay cold, then you're going to have a grumpy wife. Grumpy. Anyway,
someone says, have you ever been across the island, and if not, would you consider it?
Yes.
No, we've never been there, and yes, we consider it.
No, we haven't, but yes, we want to. We want to do the Wild Atlantic Way,
yes.
and just Ireland in general, because it's beautiful.
This taster trip is going to be a bit like, let's see how Mandy is on ferries, and then if she's alright on ferries, then obviously we can go to Ireland, because that's the only way we're going to get over there. So
soon Paul Brown, I love you my Womble, and Womble says, I love me too.
Aww.
No, I love me too.
Oh, me too.
No, I love you too.
Oh, nice. Okay then.
Love you, Womble.
Have you noticed a difference in your physical health living in the van full time?
Mine's gotten worse.
That's because you haven't got a gym in the house.
Yeah, not only did I have a gym in the house, and by gym, it was literally a treadmill and a spinning bike and some weights, so it wasn't like major. But I also convinced my employer to use one of the empty meeting rooms upstairs, and we had some spinning bikes up there. They put a TV in there so I could use YouTube videos to do workouts and things. And I took some spare weights in and whatever, so I could work out on my lunchtime as well as in the house. And now I've got those little elastic band things that you use. And
you got a Springer Spaniel as well.
And a 14-year-old Springer Spaniel. I can't run with
12-year-old.
Is he 12?
Yeah. How many beers have you had?
I don't know how many people I've told he's 14 today. I was talking to people at the chippy and everything.
Were you?
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to bring on, I know Campervide probably aren't on, I've not seen the name so far.
Yeah.
But yeah, they keep slagging off the Southerners, saying that they're unfriendly and they don't say hello to you. But
this is Southerners doing it. Lots of Southerners actually say that they're not chatty. And
yeah.
I mean, I figured out now there's no gravy. There was no gravy at the chippy.
That's quite sad. That. But everyone's chatty.
I was sat down before waiting for the chippy, and this guy comes up with his dogs, and the dogs could tell I've got dog treats in my bag because they're always there. So I was having a great time with the dogs, and everyone was chatty, and I didn't expect it. I thought I'd just have to sit down, not be too gobby, because you know what I'm like, and yeah, it was lovely, pleasantly surprised.
Indeed. Campervan Chris says that you are going to cost him a fortune. He bought his first coffee machine this week.
Oh yay! Try the Starbucks aluminium pods. They're better than the Nespresso ones, hands down, I think, and the aluminium pods work far better than any of the plastic ones.
Someone's put, are we responsible for the explosion in van life? No.
Are we?
No, we're not responsible for that.
No, I think the pandemic and cheap living and how freaking awesome it is regardless anyway is responsible. Oh no, John.
Low power mode.
There's the thing. Quick, save it. Oh, while you're up, get us a bit.
Oh, that's cheeky. Hang on a minute.
Close on it.
Close. Plug power in. Boom. Right, you want a beer?
Yeah, go on then. This is alright, isn't it?
You can talk to people while I'm away, you know.
I can talk to people while he's away. How are you dealing with roaming data in different countries? Did we answer that before?
Well, yeah, kind of. I've answered it in another video. Roaming data is not a problem for everywhere we've been in the past. So we can only talk about that as an example, that we've never had an issue. We never got data capped, and we've been out over 3 months and we never had a problem with that either. So we're just hoping that from this point on, going to the countries we've never been to before and countries that are not in the data roaming scheme that EE's got and stuff like that, that they won't block us once we've left or something, or it won't trip up the lovely seamless service they gave us last time.
Yeah, and of course we have been on our map. We've got the coloured dots that show us what we need to look at and when, and we have been watching Chris and Marianne. Yeah. And speaking to them, or typing to them too. And getting some really good feedback from them and good ideas, and we know
networks to use and stuff like that.
And where best to buy these the local SIM cards, and they're not as expensive as we thought
they found one. I think it was
A1 or something.
A1 in Montenegro, is it, or Macedonia?
North Macedonia. Yeah.
So it was an A1 SIM card, and it was €10 or 10.
I think it was €7.
No,
it was the equivalent.
It was 7 days, unlimited internet, unlimited phone calls, unlimited texts. And I think they've put everything in euros now.
Yeah, euros and dollars and nothing to do with it.
So it's about 10 euros or something, so that's easy. I can handle that. As far as our data usage we use, and probably some of you need to sit down for this now, but because we upload so much content, I work online, and we consume so much content as well, we use in excess of 500 gig a month. So, yeah.
And my little online accounts, helping people with their self-assessments and stuff, that's going to be nothing, is it? That's like,
well, yeah,
that's literally me using Google Sheets.
Yeah, but when you sit on Instagram and you keep scrolling,
I never do that. I don't know what you mean.
Rolling with the Robsons, thank you very much for £10.
Oh yes, thank you very much.
We will put that towards our trip funds. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
So yeah, what was your thing then? Going back to Sarah's question, was it about the
coffee?
So yours would just be coffee?
Coffee related things, so they can have coffee.
So they're moving into a van, and they're going to live van life.
And they want coffee.
That's all you're going to do?
Yeah.
Okay then.
Yeah. Comfortable outdoor chairs. I don't know whether that's
Yes.
too big a purchase, but
Yes,
we've gone through lots and lots of camping chairs, and we know friends that have gone through and had different ones, small ones that pack away, medium size, big ones. It's like the Goldilocks and Three Bears of camping chairs. But yeah, I think finding a nice one to be able to sit outside and enjoy the view you're in and whatever. Yeah, perfect.
Yes. And if you want some examples, are on our website.
Shameless, shameless, John. Honestly.
Can you charge your e-bikes using your camper van, or do you need a campsite? We can charge them in the van. We have a 3-stroke 6K pure sine wave inverter, and we can charge both batteries at the same time. The lithium copes with it, everything copes with it fine in the van. It takes about, I think it was 2.5–3 hours, something like that. Can't remember now.
I was reading and missed the beginning of the question.
Oh right, okay then, fair enough. Can we charge the e-bikes from the van?
Oh yes, yeah.
But the new bikes we bought, the power supply in them is such low wattage. I think it's about 110, 107 watts. It means that we can use the little power oak that we got with as well, the AC50S. So we can actually charge that as we drive and then leave that in the boot with both chargers going to the bikes and charge the bikes that way as well.
Yeah, so they're really good for that, and because it doesn't suck the life out of the power oak either, does it?
It says Virgin Mobile are free EU roaming. Virgin Mobile uses the EE network, which is we're on the core network rather than the spin-off networks. Same as Sky Mobile, I think, or BT Mobile, something like that, uses EE's network as well. A lot of them do. So whatever EE has, they all have the same as well. But they're still excluding countries like Serbia, Macedonia, I think, yeah, Turkey and stuff like that. Just looking on the map now where we got all our dots.
I can see the dots.
So yeah, for that we're just going to pay as you go, like I say, local SIM, and that'll get us around that problem.
Have we told Coops he's going on a pan-European tour? We keep telling him we're going to get lots of beaches.
Yeah.
That we're going to be able to take him to all the different beaches and forests and things. Yeah. So I think he's looking forward to it. He's been eating his food a lot better since we told him, so maybe he is a little bit excited.
I think he's looking forward to spending time with his mate Archie as well.
Oh yeah, they do get on so well. And
follow each other around, sniffing stuff all the time.
And then if they lie down on the floor, they actually lie and touch. Like they'll be just leaning against each other's backs and things. It's the sweetest thing.
Someone said, more living. Can you have some kind of meetup somewhere? Yeah, that's something we're going to do along the route. So we might have a meetup in Sweden or Latvia or some kind of out of the way places.
Well, everyone's going to Turkey. We could easily organise one. Everyone's going to Turkey, so we can organise something in there.
It's a bit like a couple of years ago we went to Spain, and then all of a sudden in this what was it, Tarifa?
That was in Portugal.
No, in Tarifa.
Tarifa in Spain,
there was this field. We all just turned up there. The weather was bad, so we just turned up at this field. And then before you know it, within 2 minutes, you've worked out there's Alex Kite Van Man. There's obviously us. There's Greg Virgo. There's
Eamon and Beck. Those weirdos. Alan, Globe Trekker.
Yeah, Explorers.
It was literally like an impromptu YouTubers little.
Who else turned up as well? Indie Project as well for about a day.
And then there was the that young couple. I'm sorry, I'm useless with names. Who ended up going to Morocco with Alan and Beck and Alex.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's Rob sent a picture of Archie for us to show Coop in a bit. You're such a sweetie.
So yeah, maybe when we get to Turkey, because there's Overland in Sofia, Courts and Meeks.
Yep.
Tread the Globe
already there. Who else did I see?
Somebody recently said they were going over.
And there's people going to Croatia anyway, and there's loads of people because Croatia's kind of like the closest place to get to before you get too far down.
Yeah.
I think it was chapter by chapter on the way to. This is the thing that's great about social media is the fact that you can see roughly where everybody is, and then it's lovely to be able to finally arrange to get to meet people that we've been watching and have never seen.
But we did have a meet last time. We were same trip actually in Portugal at Sagres.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
I just put something out on Instagram. I said anybody in this area now, in 2 days time we're going to have a meet up. And this is a good car park to meet up and stuff like that. So yes, we will be doing that.
Yeah.
So if you are out traveling around Europe, or you're watching this and you live in Europe, Yes, there will be a few points that we will try and get a meet up when we find some cool places to, you know, that have a bit of a gathering without being worried about being moved on or anything like that.
Do we pay for everything with our Revolut card and then top it up as we go?
Yes, that's exactly what we do. They have £1,000 a month limit unless you move up to their next card, but we run the free cards. I don't like spending money if I don't have to, because I need all the money for gadgets.
God, Amazon's going to go out of business again while you're away, aren't they? They're going to be like, what's happened to John? I'm just going to phone him. John, are you alright, honey?
I've just seen a motorhome turn up in a car park and looks like Daz's van, but it's not.
No, that'd have been a nice surprise. He's going to be meated out. He's going to have the meat sweats right now, isn't he?
Meatopia. Yeah. But yeah, that'll be something definitely to do. What was I going to say though?
What? Archie and me. Archie and me. Me is asked.
Okay.
If what were our call signs going to be?
Well, I've got one already, haven't I?
Yes, we used to both be on the CB. We actually met. Well, we met at my sister's house essentially, but we used to be on the CB. So yeah, I'm not using mine. No. Well, I don't like the radios anyway, so you can do all of that. So John can be the milkman.
Yeah, because when I was on the CB started off with, that's actually what I was. I was milkman's helper while I was going through college and stuff. But after that, what was it? Night Flight. Oh no, what was the other one? Overlander or something like that.
Oh, that'd be appropriate now, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that might work actually. Yeah, because it was.
There might already be one though.
I used to drive up and down, obviously, motorways doing my work all the time, and all I'd see on the back of these trucks, on the crash plate at the back of the truck, sat behind so many blinking trucks, is Overlander or something like that at the back of the trucks, the trailers. So yeah, Overlander, something like that. I don't know. What would yours be, Rob, or me?
Me. Do you ever think that big business will ruin your channel with ads when they see how popular you are?
We
have a choice on how many ads that we can have in there, and they do keep switching them on. Yeah,
randomly now and again, YouTube switches on ads, multi-roll ads all the way through the video, and I keep switching them off. So we choose to play an advert before the video starts, and if you're still watching at the end, there's an advert at the end as well. And that's what we personally choose to do, and I think that's enough of a you're helping us out by earning us, what did we work it out to be? 0.004 pence.
Yeah.
So every time you watch our videos and you see the advert, you've sent us 0.004 pence.
Yeah, but feel free to skip. Don't think you have to watch the whole thing. We don't earn any more money if you skip or if you go. So don't say skip as soon as you get that option. But yeah, but what John's saying is what we need to do is, it's nice to have that because we do make a little bit of money off it, but it's finding that fine balance between having that and not peeing you guys off by having all the time. So I
mean, we now and again will have videos where someone sent us something, and then we'll obviously make a video about it, like some of the Power Oaks. But what we try and do is buy products or tell you about products that we've bought and we like the My Rider bikes. And I think Neil's just upgraded his, and I'm dead jealous.
Oh, the mag wheels! God, gosh darn it, Neil.
But no, I don't think we'll ever get to the stage where it'll be an ad, or paid promotions is something we've not looked at yet.
No.
Only because most of these paid promotion companies want you to send them the video you've made about their product within 14 days of when you want to send it out or publish it. So they've got total control then of how you say it or what you say, and I kind of don't like that.
No, so well for now, I mean, until we get, if there's something that's a bit more flexible that pops up, because it really is a case of every penny helps with everything that's going on. Affiliate links as well, so if anybody does want to buy anything and they go to our website and they have a look through the list, and if there's anything on there and you buy it, we do earn, again, that's pennies, unless it's a big thing, then we might get a couple of quid, but we don't get a lot from that kind of thing. But again, it's all these little revenue streams that all add up.
Yeah. So
so I don't think big business, because as long as we've still got control like we do now, then that should be fine.
There's one for you from Jeff and Diane.
I'm just reading that.
Yeah.
When's my cookbook coming out?
No, that's not the question.
I've got a question from Jeff and Diane that says, when's your cookbook?
Oh right, I'm reading one that says, what's the best bug or midge repellent do we recommend for the van?
Oh, I tell you what, my homemade one, I cannot fault that thing. It is literally vodka, water, and lemon eucalyptus. You can use regular eucalyptus and you can mix in tea tree. I did a whole blog post on the website about the homemade things that I have in the van. That spray is great for spraying your carpets and your bedding and anything that you might want to do. You can do your clothes if you want to do your shoes and things. It's best not to get it on the skin because it's not an oil based thing, so the water will evaporate and leave essential oils but that can cause some reactions. But as a room spray for everything, and you can soak microfiber cloths in it and leave them hanging up.
Yeah,
absolutely brilliant for stuff like that. And that is a kind of thing where you're carrying around. I mean, vodka is available from everywhere. Water, obviously the same thing, and then a little bottle like this of lemon eucalyptus oil, and that's it. Then you've got as much of it as you like. Use like 20 drops. So a little thing like that I've had since we left the house, and I've not run out yet.
Yeah.
So yeah, for that one, I think that is the best one, and you're not breathing in a load of chemicals either, which is something I'm normally a bit more aware of because we're in a really confined space.
Yeah. So.
But anyway, can I answer the other one now?
Oh yeah, cookbook.
Yeah, with the cookbook coming out. It is being worked on all the time. I'm writing up the recipes. It's literally the pictures that are putting me off. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it and write it all up with no pictures, because it will have a super special secret way of linking through to the video, so you can actually see me making them for that. And then if anybody does buy a cookbook without pictures, as soon as I do the cookbook with pictures, obviously you'll get that updated version as well.
Cool.
Just so it's out sooner, because everything is there. I've literally just got to write it up. I've got my theme down. I've done everything.
And this is a good idea, or a good indication of how much work she's doing on a laptop.
Yeah, I've literally got square eyes because my eyes are going.
So it is being worked on, and I'll keep pushing her as well.
Yeah, a signature dish is anything with gnocchi, and what I'm going to do is
like a bit of gnocchi. That's another t-shirt.
That is another t-shirt. I like a bit of gnocchi. And I'm going to be going through making different versions of homemade gnocchi myself, and then once I've done them while we're away, that's going to be one of my little things I'm doing, and then they'll go in the cookbook too.
Cool. Question from Peter Kent. Do your badass tyres qualify as winter tyres? Because Germany requires winter tyres. Yes, they do. I've had a few questions about the tyres actually. Will they be good in the deserts? Because we want to go across the deserts of Spain and Turkey and stuff like that. Will they be good in the heat? And for what you're saying, are they good as winter tyres? Now, the KO2s, which is what we have, the BFG KO2s, are Baja champions. So yes, they're great in the heat. Makes no difference. As far as if they're good as winter snow tyre, if you watched our videos coming back through Spain last year when there was a snowstorm, yep, that ain't a problem at all. They are brilliant in the snow. The only problem that we've got, and this is part of our route planning and scheduling of our route, is that they're no good in conditions where there's ice on the road, just like any other tyre. Where that country, say for example the Nordic countries or Scandinavian countries, are going to stipulate that you have studded tyres at certain times of the year. So we need to be well out of that by that time, which is around about mid-October. So we need to be making sure that we're coming south like Poland time by mid-October to make sure that our tyres are still applicable for the country we're going to.
Legal for where we're going, yeah.
But not only that, safe for us as well, because I don't want to be putting a different set of tyres on, because you know, when we're going to carry 4 BFG tyres, well, I suppose I could shove them in the garage.
Walking, wouldn't it? That'd be it. Right, man, you're off. I'm not leaving me badass tyres anywhere.
So
Sue has said coffee machines are good for espresso martinis. So you know what? The next time we are near you, hopefully in a field, hopefully there'll be an Esme too, and we're in a field somewhere, I am literally going to walk over with my coffee maker under one arm and my pods in another, and John's going to get me back squiffy afterwards. And that's going to be tried out, I think. Yeah,
I discovered a new drink today, which was Werther's whiskey.
Werther's, yeah.
So we need to work out how to make whiskey flavoured like Werther's. So.
Werther's flavoured whiskey.
Oh, whichever way
I found Werther's,
yeah.
And then I found some cheap whiskey that we bought in Lidl in Spain.
Yeah, so you need to try that out.
We're going to try that out and see what we think.
Someone has I put weight on living in a van. Yeah, so have we, but that's lockdown, and let's just never ever consider lockdown to be normal life. So,
no, I think that is it. I think everybody is struggling with something like that at the minute. So it's is that done? Yeah, I'll pinch it.
Oh, you need some power.
I need power. And you need to clean that because I've just literally put my palm on the lens, and I know you'll have a hissy fit about it tomorrow.
Yeah, everyone will be complaining in about another 2 weeks' time. Can't see anything when you're driving. There's rubbish on the lens.
It's like, yeah, you all saw it happen here.
Oh, there's one for you. Nespresso or Tassimo?
Oh, Nespresso.
Oh, okay.
Because Tassimo, and this is no offence because I know someone who absolutely adores her Tassimo, I just like coffee. I don't like flavoured coffee or fancy coffees or all of that stuff. As much as, you know, I'll go into a little cafe and I'll get a cappuccino, but that's only because I know it's a good way of making sure that the coffees are decent, because I am that kind of snob. But I literally just like coffee. I drink black coffee and I like the taste of all the different ones, so I can quite happily taste the difference between a single origin Sumatran blend to Indonesian, or to, I love the Starbucks Pike Place roast. I like all the really fine ones. I like an illy coffee. I can taste the difference between the Italian and the French coffees. It's just coffee, and it's none of the fancy schmancy stuff that goes with it.
You just got what is it, a preference to the stronger type of.
Oh yeah, it's literally if it's not like double digits, if it's not double digits, I'm not interested. But yeah, it is definitely Nespresso, just because it's just coffee. I like that. I don't know about Coops, but our Woody is funny about what he eats. Is Coops not bothered, or are you having to take food? He's fussy and he isn't.
Yeah.
He's fussy in a way that once his food is down, you have to kind of mollycoddle him a little bit to get him to eat his food. The amount of times that we've been sat here telling him how much of a wonderful boy he is.
Anyone that's seen us at a campsite or meetup or on a wild camp and you've been with us, you've seen twice a day us either outside the van, in the van. Can everyone be quiet now, please? Can we all have a conversation?
Can we talk,
and
but
stuff?
don't look at him, you know, because he's such a diva. It's terrible. Yeah. But we've kind of. As soon as we knew we were doing this big trip, we figured that we have to try and get him off the specialist stuff that he was on, so he doesn't have the meat on his kibble, on his biscuits anymore. He just has a complete food, but then I put all of his supplements, which includes apple cider vinegar, honey and extra virgin olive oil, which I think he really likes, so that goes on there, and that gives him so it doesn't. I found out that it doesn't matter which complete food I give him, and I am being a bit mean mummy wise, and I'm getting the decent hypoallergenic ones with no crap in, but I'm going down the list at the minute. I think I'm on my £2.75 Tesco's one at the minute.
What did we discover though? It was mostly, it's human food, isn't it? And it's mostly like potatoes and carrots and a little bit of meat or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, but that was in, and that's the fallback plan, because Archie and Coop are both fussy buggers when it comes down to their food. And Rob and I were getting a bit like, oh, what if we don't do anything? And if they don't, we're literally just going to make food. We're going to be getting turkey mince and potatoes and rice and peas and carrots and oils and cinnamon and all the things that go really well in dog. We're just going to make our own dog food and do it, because it's better for everybody. No worrying, they're eating.
No hassle or anything, then we know what they're eating. Yeah.
And we can leave it in Rob's fridge because it'll stink.
Nice though. Someone said, Chris Wyatt, how bad was your asthma when you lived in a house? And how long was living full-time in the van until you noticed a difference? It was bad enough that if I didn't take my brown inhaler every morning and every night, I'd need my blue inhaler the very next day. So if I wasn't constantly on the brown one all the time, which is Pulmicort or something like that, I can't remember what it is now.
Yeah.
The brown one anyway, the preventer. If I didn't take the preventer twice a day, then the next day, when I hadn't taken the preventer, I'd need the blue one, so the actual asthma spray. And it probably was less than a week. In fact, we'd noticed it, obviously, before we were in the van full time. We used to go away for, you know, a week or 2 weeks or whatever. We got France or just up to Scotland or to the Lake Districts or whatever, and I'd noticed it then actually, that after a few days, like a week or something, that I felt fine, and then we go back to the house, and then it'd take about probably 2 or 3 days back in the house until I started to need to take the asthma stuff again. And we used to have the windows open all the time, you know. I'd be out walking Coop 3 times a day, we're still getting out and doing stuff, so I don't know what it was really.
We did work out that both of us aerobically, as far as our anaerobic and aerobic systems are, that we are fitter that we don't get out of breath as much as we used to by a long shot. So I think that obviously helps strengthen your lungs and make them a lot better as well. Alex wants a beer as well, he said.
Oh, sorry, Alex. Sorry, mate. I've just seen Cozy too as well. Hi, mate. How are you?
Hello, buddy. How you doing? I keep thinking like I'm looking at everyone over me.
Yeah, doing the old school teacher thing.
I just need to do this. No, because I can't see that either.
Sir and Paul Brown has said, how many chairs do you think Greg will go through on this trip? I reckon Greg's going to go through at least 2.
I can't believe Frankenchair didn't make it.
Yeah, I can't believe they've binned him.
I know.
Because if he'd have brought him here, I'd have fixed him up properly.
Fixed him up properly. I think he'd been fixed and then fixed and then fixed from what I've been seeing.
No. The last 2 times that me and Greg fixed him, it was under a lot of alcoholic kind of consumption.
That really was very true.
Yeah. So, with a clear head, would find a way.
Yeah. But Frankenchair was the bomb. The funniest part was
make a video out of
was when Greg was literally sat on the floor and he had to get his beer from his beer holder and it's up here and he's having to grab his beer from the top to drink it.
Just imagine it now, though. The old 18 theme tune as they make, you know, what was a shipping container into a ship or something. We'd make Frankenchair into like
I can see me and Lou literally going a lot. A very lot.
No. Oh, Andrew Hastings, lovely to meet you today. And yes, Mandy, Soccer the cat.
Oh, Sucker, he did eat them.
Oh, brilliant!
Oh, that's good then, because I poked some treats through the bars for the kitty.
Kitty has been a bit adventurous lately and managed to get out of the harness.
Yes.
So they were a bit scared. They just built, they're in the process of building their own camper van, and everything was going all right. And then first trip out with the cat. And then the cat had done a Houdini on them.
Yeah.
So.
I did forget to say before, Andrew, though, but if you are looking for any hints and tips for taking Soccer in the van with you, go on Instagram and have a look at Whiskers on Wheels. And they've got they've got actually a really good website and a blog and everything. And it literally is all about getting cats ready to go in vans. So if you've not seen it at all before, it's harness training and get them all used to that. And it literally is really, really good if you've got kids and you want to go driving with them. So go take a look.
When are we setting off? We probably skip past this in every video and say it so fast that everyone's missed it. A week today we will be in France.
Yes.
So we are getting the Channel Tunnel. Excited much? I bet there's going to be a message from Rob now, isn't there?
Yeah.
Channel Tunnel. Is it early hours in the morning? Friday morning? It is, isn't it? But knowing us, basically we're waiting on Rob. Rob's having some work done on his van on Thursday. He's then meeting us waiting at the Channel Tunnel, and then depending on what time he gets there, we're going to go for the Channel Tunnel. I don't know if you've ever done this, but you get there and you drive up, and it's all AMPR automatic. So you drive up, it knows your reg plate and it goes, "Hi John, you all right? You've booked this crossing, however you could make this crossing now." Sometimes it does that anyway, sometimes it doesn't. It just says take your ticket for your crossing, but sometimes it'll say you can get on the next crossing. So it could be, if Rob sorts himself out and we get there like late night while they're still running the trains, we could get there and it'd say, "Do you want to go to France now?" And then we've got a problem, because if we're all in a line, is that Rob texting you?
Yeah, I'll be there, coffee in France by breakfast.
So yeah, if we're all in a line and we're all on the radio and I'm going to go, right, okay, whoever's at front going to go, right, okay, it's offered me that. If the first two get offered it and the third one doesn't, how do you deal with that?
Well, then they go to France, don't they? And we see them in the morning.
So yeah, but we always do that. We are always there, usually around the time frame that they allow you to scooch forward on the next train or something like that. And we're always sitting in France hours before we're supposed to be there, because, you know, why not?
Have you got any plans to settle down or anything?
Settle down?
Yeah, get a house again. Or are we going to do this for the Ferros? Like,
I think everyone asks that question, and I don't know what the right answer is.
See, we'll do this. I think, as far as I'm concerned, that because of lockdown, it has made it so I want to do this for as long as I possibly can.
Yeah.
There's going to be, I think, a little bit of a change to how I'm doing it, because I mean, this is a very big trip, but when we get back, I need a very big trip to see my friends and family again.
Yeah.
But then that doesn't mean we can then do that, make the most of that, and then bugger off again and do another long trip. But I think I think it is literally going to be, don't tell me dad, not just the 5-year plan that we were thinking.
No.
It's going to be for literally as long as we can, we will.
As weird as it sounds, but living in a 7 metre by 2 metre box isn't that bad. You get to go places, you get to see people, life is not terrible. You live in a house, you have loads more space, you have running water, the toilet flushes, you don't have to take it and empty it somewhere, but you don't get out as much, you don't see as many people, you don't go to as many places, and I prefer this lifestyle. I've always been quite nomadic, I've always loved to travel, and I certainly prefer this lifestyle than living in a box in one location.
Yeah. Yeah.
For the foreseeable future, may it continue as long as we can continue doing it, really.
I just wanted to say very, very quick, because I don't want this to turn into anything that's different, but happy birthday, Paul.
Oh, okay.
Say happy birthday, Paul.
Happy birthday, Paul.
There we go.
I've got an interesting one for you.
Oh, I have one.
Are you looking forward to discovering new cheeses on your travels?
Yes! Oh, honestly, the food. I mean, if anybody there watches Tread the Globe, literally you're just salivating all the way through. I mean, we get comments on our videos where people turn around and say, "Oh, Mandy, I was drooling after I finished watching your cooking." Theirs is something else. I am going to do that. I'm going to eat. We're supposed to be losing weight. What?
Yes. Yeah, we just cut down on the amount.
One meal a day.
Yes.
One meal a day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't wait to do stuff like that. And Christoph has said Amazon is in Poland now. That's very naughty. I don't know why I actually repeated that just then.
Why
Oh, Mr. W's there.
Hi, Mr. W.
How you doing, buddy? I've not got that far yet, but I've just seen you up there on the phone up there.
Right, here's a good one from Russell River Scott. How far can you reasonably drive in one day? We were in the south of France, and I missed Coop because every time we used to put him in the kennels and with our daughter on holiday, and we were supposed to be setting off the next morning, and for whatever reason I just said, let's get off now. So we drove from the south of France, probably about, I don't know, midday, to the Eurotunnel and then Manchester in one 24-hour period. So I drove, I saw the sunset, I'd carry on driving to see the sunrise, and then we got to Manchester.
Although saying that he did all of that, and then he said to me, he said, "Man, can you do some driving for me?"
Yeah, we got about 50,
services or something.
about 50 miles or something like that from Manchester, and I said, "Man, that's it now, I am done. I need a break, I need a nap, so can you take over?" So Mandy took over, and then I woke up again and went, "Are we there?" She went, "No." Which actually made it 2 junctions on the motorway.
Stopped at the next services because I was tired.
So yeah, feasibly, I can possibly drive for, I don't know, 500 miles, something like that.
But we wouldn't with Coop.
No.
It's only literally emergencies that will drive that far, because he's not too keen on it. So we try and break it up as much as we possibly can. Michael said, "Are we going to Stratford?" We're not going to Stratford because we'll already be in France by then. But loads of very cool people are. So it seems like it's going to be just as good a show as it was when we went earlier on this year. So yeah, it's going to be amazing.
Loads of our friends are going and everything. We've heard loads of other people going, so it still looks like it's going to be just a brilliant show.
Yep.
It's just that we just want to be out there travelling. So we went to the show the first time, and that was great to see everyone. But we want to spend as much time seeing people as we travel as well.
Yeah. So we had to make that call to be able to get the dates to all line up right for everything else on the trip. We had to go earlier in September than we wanted to.
Do you prefer campsites or park-ups? Park-ups, I think. I prefer the ability to not be surrounded by people that I've not chosen to be around. So if I can be at a campsite and I can have like loads of friends and we're all chatting and something to do, that's great. If we're on a campsite and it's just us and then there's a whole bunch of people I don't know, and not being funny, but sometimes on campsites you get people that they kind of set up stall like they're in a house, so they have all their furniture out and all that kind of stuff, and they don't talk to you, they pretend you're not there and things like that. So no, I prefer park-ups. And you meet more people, you meet friendly people on park ups and everything as well. Everyone's quite chatty. So what do you reckon? Campsite or park up for you?
Again, and this is not me wussing out and not making any decisions, but I like a bit of both. I think there's a time for needing it. Let's say Spain, for example. We love being up in the mountains and stuff, but around Christmas, that had just been too isolated for me. So it was nice, even though we spent Christmas, but we got to spend Christmas Day with Em and Lou, which was lovely. But apart from that, we met a couple of people a couple of times on a couple of campsites that we were chatty with. But the rest of the time, it's the walking around, morning, just the feel that there are other people there, and that was lovely. I like that.
Yeah. Someone said about Croatia. Yeah, Croatia we talked about at the start of the live stream. Yeah, they don't allow wild camping as such, although there are authorised places that you can wild camp, like an air. But yeah, the rest of the time it's just campsites really. I must bring the good weather. I think we're expecting it. I mean, certainly when we get through to places like Poland and Montenegro and Albania and stuff like that, we're expecting that to be just like where we've lived for the last 10 years or so in Manchester. It's going to be wet and cold-ish. We'll try not to go anywhere near the mountains, so it shouldn't be too snowy or wintry, but yeah, not warm and not dry probably every day. Their forecast is that's the rainiest time of year for that area, which is the reason why we're going south as to Albania and then through to Turkey as well, to try and catch a little bit of the warmer weather.
Be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
We've been asked about if we're double jabbed, and yes we are.
Yep.
Bad things like bad spiders or poisonous plants in all the countries. I mean, Coop got grass stuck up his nose in Kent, so or was it Essex? It was Essex, wasn't it? So yeah, Coop got grass stuck up his nose in an innocuous place. So we are careful. We know about the sandflies and we need to do stuff like that. But he's not really. He's too much of a knob to be let loose enough, because he literally just runs around and doesn't particularly come back. Or if he's with us, like when we're at Willow Fields, he's very comfortable there and he'll quite happily come back or sit with us or whatever. But in other places he tends to be a bit too far off his lead, so we kind of can keep an eye on him a little bit better. There are a couple of places that I'm going to be looking into just because it's unusual. I think especially with more
what is it you're trying to say? Spit it out.
What's it called with the dogs that are no houses? What are they called? Strays.
Strays, yeah.
There we go.
Street dogs.
Yes, dogs with no houses. Because if there's more strays there, I know that there's more things to worry about. But as far as flora and fauna, I think I should be okay. But you're now going to make me Google, so I will be Googling about anything that might hurt Coopy, flowers wise, and grass and stuff.
I mean, obviously after the grass incident in the video, we try and keep him away from anything. But yeah, there is always that thing when we let him do a bit of free roaming. What's he going to get into? Obviously got to bear in mind some of the places we're going and some of the locations are bear country. So we're going to watch out. Even the fact that if he goes out and has a pee somewhere, that the bear can smell that. I might come wandering over or something.
Yeah,
so we've got a few issues like that as well. So yeah, there's not a lot of things that we've found that are scaring us. There's a lot of things that we've needed to take in and to think about everywhere we go in different countries and stuff like that. Some of it hasn't made it into a video because what we prefer is to really get into this and then give you experiences per country or areas in the video.
Yeah, I mean everybody can sit down and research and go through. I mean up to now it is literally just researching things that we've found and people that we've spoken to, but until we're actually there and doing it, then we don't know if what we have researched is going to be the way it's going to go. We don't know any of this. I mean it is better to go. I mean Cooper's got a first aid kit that's as plentiful as ours, because we've gone through everything that we could possibly get for him.
Yeah.
As far as acceptable painkillers and antihistamines and all that kind of stuff. So we're hoping to cover all bases as far as stuff like that's concerned anyway. But yeah, we'll have to watch this space, see what happens as it happens. Dun, 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 dun.
I would imagine that anything that arises is going to be just like anything that could arise. Walking onto a beach and he chews grass and spits it back the wrong way and chokes on it and it goes up his nose. It doesn't matter which country you're going to be in. There's going to be something that the novel will get up to and causes some stress, because that's just what he does. Yeah.
Becca Murphy says that they've done Werther's bourbon and it was brilliant, but you just need to filter it well. So there's something to remember.
Ah, okay then.
Smooth or crunchy peanut butter? Crunchy.
Crunchy,
yeah. Crunchy.
Yeah. How is the e-bike charging from solar? It doesn't. The e-bike charges from the inverter. The inverter gets its power from the batteries, and the batteries are charged partially by solar. So yeah, that's how that works.
Toasty says, what would you do if, what do you think would happen if Coop jumps into Archie's chair? I think they probably both get on and go to sleep together, to be honest with you. Yeah. It's big enough as well, isn't it, to fit them both on it?
Yeah. I think if Coop was in a chair and Archie jumped on the top of him, Coop would just probably go and do his little grumble, and that'd be it. Someone else asking, oh, Cozy 2, setting off, well, a week today we'll be there, mate. So yeah, can't wait.
And it was fantastic to get to meet you at the Bing and Buy, so I'm ever so glad that you managed to come along for that too. So yeah, good stuff.
Even apparently, yeah, someone's put, even his bad-ish tyres won't cut the mustard on ice. I don't think any tyre, unless it's got studs in, is going to be any good on ice. I mean, obviously we're going up seeing Ash and Marie, and I don't know if everyone remembers last year when they were travelling up there, Marie got into that bit of a scare where she was coming down a hill and the van just completely spun out and they had to change tyres then. And I don't know if you've ever seen the tyres that Ash and Marie had, but they make our off-road tyres look like road tyres. So they're pretty decent off-road tyres and they still just can't cope. Ice is ice, isn't it? It's not like you can do that unless you've got something that can grip into it. There's a lot of people who said, are you taking snow chains with your chains? Well, there's not really much point because you can only drive at very, very, very low speeds on them. They're only really meant to get you out of a situation where you're stuck in. So we couldn't do loads of miles on chains either. So no. There'll be a video out on Tuesday which shows all the like recovery gear and extra gadgets and breakdown emergency gear and stuff like that. So, and if you listen, Coop's having a drink.
Hey,
it's taking him what, an hour and 30 minutes.
Hour and a half, yeah. Aaron's on. Hi buddy, how you doing?
Hi mate, how's it going? I've not spotted you for a while, or rather I'll say you haven't texted me to say you've spotted us.
Yeah, it's funny now because we literally glare at anybody in a truck with a mobile home on the back. Every time we go past, I'm like, is that Aaron?
Is that Aaron? No, it's not. I like that picture you put up recently of that big statue next to that made you look small.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, everything makes me look small because I'm tiny anyway, but yeah.
Are we taking a few cases of freestyle cola? We haven't managed to find the cola that we found in Spain, the one that we did the taste test to, the 0 one or whatever. Yeah. We haven't found that here.
No, we can't find it. Like say this particular, we can't find it in cans.
Yeah.
And the 0 one in cans. We can find the diet one, but we can't find the 0 one in cans, and that was the one that we really liked.
Yeah, because we store all our stuff in the fridge and we haven't got any space for the big bottles, so obviously it's got to be in little cans. But it's something I am looking forward to, going over there and trying all these different things, and no doubt it'll be in some videos where John tries something weird and wacky. Maybe he's ill, maybe he's not. What are you going to make me try next? I suppose that'll be the thing.
Well, we'll get when we get there. There's a message from Roger the Dodger saying that they stayed on Willowfields on Wednesday night. They were the only van on the site, but were too starstruck to come over and say hi. Were you over at the back? I think they were over at the back, weren't they? Was the only one on the corner.
Oh yeah, on the electric side, the other electric side. Yeah, I noticed that.
Oh, you should have come over. Yeah. It doesn't matter even if we're doing stuff, just come say hi. I say
this all the time. If we are out and about in a van, it's daytime, you know, the blinds are open and everything else, just come and say hello.
Yeah, it literally is. If the door's shut and the blinds are shut, then we're probably napping.
Yeah.
So nobody wants to wake us up. No one wants to see that. So, yeah.
No one wants to see, you know, like grumpy, just woken up John.
Yeah, I was just going to say, well done with ending it that way. But yeah, but if you can see us around about, then always come over. We're never, ever the kind of people that would not like that. So, have Amazon. Chris, will you stop it? You have your Amazon thing sent to Ash, he said.
Well, strangely enough, Ash and I have been talking about getting things delivered there when he was first moving there, and we was trying to get him online because you remember all the problems with the internet and everything he had, and it's quite difficult to actually get things over there. So I was quite surprised recently when I sent him a message saying, right mate, what can we pack, what do you need, expecting him to say like, oh, bring some ketchup and beans or something like that, and no, didn't say anything like it. He went, no mate, you can get all that over here. So Mandy's made up because she was looking forward to making sure that you can get your, what is it, you've got to have Heinz beans, nothing else will do, won't it?
Well, I mean, hopefully we'll have some with us anyway, but I do like Heinz beans. I use them in my chilli and everything. Although Marie did put a picture on one of her stories on Instagram of a double veggie burger, but it was like a proper, looked like a meaty patty instead of it being full of vegetables. Oh, yeah, so we're going to have to go there.
Evening guys, says Jonathan Keel.
Evening Jonathan.
Evening. What was that?
Oh, Adventures Under the Stars. Just returned from Albania and Montenegro. It was absolutely amazing. The campsites are fab.
Oh, I'm just catching up to where you are now. Oh, what's your favourite beer? The beer that she's got in her hand normally.
Yeah, literally, that is my favourite because it's in my hand.
What will we update on the van next? Well, after you've seen next Tuesday's video, I don't know really. We've made a few updates, but mainly to do with centre console dash, which is why you can't see any of that right now. So a few updates to that, and that's more about the gear that we're taking on the trip and comms and accessories and stuff. But as far as the van's concerned, it's doing really well. It's powering us enough every day. We've got everything we need to carry around with us. We've got the capacity to carry it all around. The van itself working all right.
Yeah, the layout is perfect. The beds are dead comfy. Yeah, we can't think of anything, and the fact that we've got the extra wide step with a low threshold, Coopy can get in really easy.
Yeah. And
that was one of the really important things for us because, you know, he's got his little wobbly back legs, so having the higher threshold or the slide out step seemed to be, he doesn't like it if he can see through a step, does he? It freaks him out. So that was perfect. So that played a really big part in us getting this particular model. So yeah, it does work very, very well at the minute.
Mark Best says, have you ever done the west coast of Scotland? A couple of times actually. If you go back on the channel and check out probably from about 2 years ago and then about a year ago, and we've done 2 separate sort of trips around with different people and everything as well. So lovely, lovely, lovely part of the world to spend some time in there.
No, yeah.
And we had one that was so cloudy we couldn't even see half of where we were travelling. And then the next trip was so gorgeous, blue skies all the time, it was just stunning.
I kept turning around and say, John, that's a new mountain, and he's like, no Mandy, no, it is not a new mountain, it is very old.
Yes.
White Tin Travel says, do you know if you come back to through the Eurotunnel, for example, 5 days earlier than you had booked, will it let you in? I think that they will, because they have got, since COVID,
they've got a flexi policy.
They have got a flexi policy where they will let you change your booking, even if you miss it and you end up being late. Apparently, they still honour that for a few days.
Yeah.
Always best to phone them and let them know what's going on. We've been stuck in traffic before now, haven't I? And before, like a couple of years ago, and I just phoned them up and told them that we're going to be late, and they just dealt with it so well on the phone, and no fees or anything. So yeah,
it's the reason why we're stuck with them rather than doing ferry routes, is that they just seem to be so much flexibility in what they offer and what they can do.
Yeah,
they turn up whenever you want, do whatever you want, change it, and they're fine with that one. Where was that, the other one? Oh, someone was saying about they've never had a problem with stray dogs. Our experience has really been sort of through YouTube on this stray dog one, and there's been a few videos we've watched. One was Alex Kite Van Man talk about the stray dogs in Morocco, and that they attack other dogs, pet dogs and people sometimes, and other people saying that stray dogs in, you know, other parts of the world like Albania and stuff like that, some parts of our trip, we're going to have a problem with coop and stray dogs. And again, I can't say until we're there and until we experience it really. So I don't know on that one. Like I say, part of this trip is the fact that you're going to learn as we learn.
Yeah. We're not taking Christmas puddings. We took them last time, didn't we?
Yeah, we
and then
didn't
didn't eat them.
Yeah.
And Sue has asked if the boombox is going on the expedition. Greg has told us that it is in the boot.
Yeah.
So we don't know how many people are going to be.
Yeah, this is our version of the boombox, and believe me, if anyone's heard this, it's loud enough and it sounds amazing. The bass you get, the sound you get from it is brilliant.
Yeah, but it's not got disco lights on the front of it.
It hasn't.
No.
And Rob's probably going to tell you now it's not got a button on the top either.
It was a good way to shut people up, that though.
Yeah, true. Oh, Mr. W's gone. Probably 10 minutes ago now.
Yep. Oh,
bye, Mr. W. Hope you enjoy your Chinese takeaway.
Oh, Chinese takeaway.
There you go.
We need to have one of them before we go.
Oh.
Well, apparently we're really fast on our bikes, Scotty says. Where did you see us?
Ooh.
How do you spell out the noise the boombox makes?
Just like that, really.
How do you spell wah? I don't know. W, no, that's like a kiss, isn't it?
Yeah. Wah, 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 wah. Try something weird and wacky. Do you mean vegetables?
It's getting better now. You know what he had the other day?
Oh, here we go.
I did. That'll do it, Rob. Put that in the comment.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I did a stir fry the other day. I think it was in the last video, and it literally was a bag of the mushroom stir fry veggies. So it had the bean shoots and water chestnuts and cabbage and carrots and peppers and mushrooms and everything, and yeah, and he ate it all.
I did.
Okay, such a big brave.
Ah, it's amazing.
Such a big boy.
How long does it take for your batteries to fully charge from your battery to battery charger when your batteries are heavily depleted? The closest we've come to that is about 45%. That's because Mandy was doing loads of cooking the other day on the what do I call it, inverter, induction hob. So you were cooking for probably half a day, so that took our power down, so the battery was about 45%. And with a drive the next day, I think we drove 2 sections of about an hour and a half. So 3 hours in total, they were easily back up to 100%.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Doesn't take very long at all. Bear in mind that our B2B, well, it's 2. It's the original one that came with the van, and then I've added one on top, so we get 50 amps at its peak. As the battery becomes more charged, so like 80%, 85%, then that power actually backs off. So the last 15% actually takes longer to charge because it trickle charges it rather than giving it the full rate.
What he said. Yeah. Paul Brown said he would love you all to do a live stream while you're away, perhaps a food one where you try fermented herring. I'd do that.
Yeah.
I'd do that. I think we should do a what food have we found now live stream series.
I may not partake in everything.
No, you will, because that's the rules, isn't it? Rob, are you a fussy eater? You're not, are you?
I reckon he is.
I don't think he is.
Uh,
He's eaten everything I've fed him so far. Although saying that, he just eats pizza.
He does, see?
So,
that's only because it's the easiest thing he can make.
yeah, I'm just like, does he eat pizza because that's his favourite thing or easiest thing to cook, or because he's fussy? You see, that's 2 different things, isn't it?
The O team, are you ready?
No tomatoes or peppers, he says.
Oh, right, okay then.
No, that's all right.
The O team, are you ready to go to Europe with Greg? Yes, for the 3rd time.
Oh, we might have just joined. Well, yeah, we are looking forward, and we're all absolutely...
No, I don't mean for the 3rd time. I mean, it's the 3rd time we've been to Europe
yes,
with Greg.
Yes, for the 3rd time. I was just going to say, I thought you were being rude. I was going to say, how dare you?
No, it's the 3rd time we've been to Europe with Greg.
The 3rd time with Greg, yes.
He's fine.
And we'll go again.
Get him on a narrowboat, that's where you got to worry about him.
Oh, that was funny. That was such a bloody good week. Are we YouTube famous? Absolutely not.
No. How will the new EE roaming charge from January affect your internet costs? It won't at all. We've got legacy contracts with them, so it's only new customers or customers that upgraded since July, I think it was, that those rules are coming in. So our legacy contracts will mean that we get the same service that we've always had in Europe, which actually means there are no data caps, there's no 3-month cut-off, but they just carry on, they don't bother, and we pay the bill, they provide the service.
Yep.
So
we've never had any issues filling up with LPG, and the good thing is that now we've got induction hob and the George Foreman, that we hardly ever fill up with LPG now.
No, we filled up, when did we fill up now? It's a couple of weeks ago or so. Probably when we had the oven done.
No, but I made you fill up because I've been using the oven, because having to get in the new oven, we've been using it for like 2 or 3 hours at a time, making jacket potatoes and all of this stuff. And I'm like, we must have gone through some gas. We must have. And then we checked, and I'm like, no, the gauge is bust because we must have gone through some gas. And then I made John fill up, and it was like, was it £2.70?
Yeah, it was hardly anything.
Yeah, the guy wasn't best pleased with John. No. They don't like it when you don't.
And I was trying to tell her, because they've got like little gauges on top of each bottle. We've got 2 bottles. What are they, 11 kilos? 11 kilos,
yeah.
2 11 kilo LPG bottles from Safe Fill. Yellow ones, I think they are. A little gauge on top. Whilst they're not the most accurate things, it's a rough gauge.
Yeah.
And
it's a rough gauge.
Oh, God. Anyhow. Yeah, they both read out fairly accurately, and they were saying, no, we're full. But yeah, all this LPG stuff, price of fuel, friendliness to the people, the food, all that's all going to be in the upcoming videos over the next 9 months to a year, however long we're out there for. So literally every video, if I fill up, it'll show how much it cost, you know, per litre, and then whether we can find LPG or whatever. But there's a great app for LPG, which is what is it now? Find my LPG.
mylpg.eu.
Yeah, mylpg.eu. So you can go in there and just put any destination on our trip, and you can see the availability of LPG around there as well. So that's pretty good.
A couple of things from here. Curbside Travel said, is John not having a beer? We're parked in a car park.
Yeah.
So John won't have a beer because we're it's not private land, I suppose.
It's not private land, it's public place, and at any point, obviously, there could be someone that says, no, you've got to move, so yeah.
So yeah, John won't have a beer. Do we miss sleeping in a big double bed? I was only saying before, actually, that a little bit.
See, I don't know, because we've got a big double bed now.
We've actually got a super king size bed.
Yeah. So our bed with the 2 fill-ins makes up 2.3 meters by 2 and a bit meters, I think, something like that. So it's a massive bed. So yeah, we have to stretch to touch each other in the night.
I can literally proper face plant and starfish in the whole thing and not touch any sides as I'm doing it. It's absolutely massive, but we choose not to do that most of the time because it's a bit of a faff, and it's like we've got special sheets to put on the different things. But you know, you can still snuggle in a single bed.
You can.
You can.
What is your van plated at? Our van is plated at 3.5 tons, so Mandy can drive it because she passed the test. Wrong side of 2 months, wrong side of the date being changed.
Yeah, like May 1997 or something daft like that. If I'd have known that this thing was changing, I'd have pulled my bloody finger out and done it sooner.
Mandy, that picture on your pillow looks a bit rude from this angle.
I know, I've just flipped it over the way.
What was it?
It's me bee. I don't know if it just looks like I need to shave or something, I don't know.
And what did you say the other day?
Spider's legs, yeah.
Would you plot your trip on a map from beginning to end, please?
Yes, we're hoping to do that anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to do a what 3 words map and share it at the end.
Where's my gadget? Look. So the video that's coming out on Tuesday will talk about this little device, which is a satellite communications little Garmin InReach Mini. And this is going to track us every day from when we start to where we finish, and that will be uploaded within a video as well. And then we'll produce a map at the end of that that shows everywhere we've been from start to finish of the entire trip. So yes, it is something that we're going to be route planning and sorting out along the way.
Aidan Skinner, opinion on safe fill bottles? Gas it, safe fill, anything like that?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Gas has got a safe fill, hasn't he?
Gas, what's he got? He's got the ones you can see through.
I think that's safe fill.
Is it? Okay, we haven't got those safe fill.
We've got gas it.
Gas low maybe.
Gas low.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's gas it, gas low and safe fill.
Yeah. And
I've only heard good things about them all.
Yeah, gas it was our original underslung tank
in
the last van, which was all right apart from the gauge kept going a bit weird on it.
Yeah, because it was like a magnetic remote switch thing to see what the levels were.
Daz has no issues with his, but he does have to take them out of his gas locker and fill them up, and he just says that some petrol stations don't like him doing that.
Yeah, you can get a filler cap kit thing for it, but apparently it's all this complicated, convoluted thing, isn't it?
Yeah, we've had this going abroad where people have said, because we've got the external adapter on ours, we can pull up 20 pump and fill it up, and it looks like you're filling up a vehicle.
Yeah.
And some of the stations abroad are okay with filling up a vehicle with LPG, but they don't want you to fill a gas bottle or camper vans and that. And they'll question you as well, so it gets a bit weird about that. But
so if we're going to recommend anything, we'd recommend, if you're going to do it, get an external filler point fitted at the same time.
Yeah, so it looks like you're filling your vehicle up, and you don't open any lockers or anything like that. No one can see in it.
Oh, I was just going to answer. Thanks, Cozy, for answering that question. Yeah, Willow Fields is the one in Haxey.
Yep.
When I travel, I like to get myself something special to remember the trip by, something that I want that I wouldn't normally spend the money on. Do you have something in mind? I collect pin badges.
Oh yeah.
So I've got one, you know, my pockets that I've got all the way around, and the middle one over the beds. I've got a set of ones. I've got one, even I've got Manchester Bee. I've got one from Denmark. I've got as many as I can get. I mean, we've done some from the museums that we've found. There's one of Southwold Pier. If I find them, I'll get a little pin and pin it on me thing, on my pockets. I like them.
Someone's asked what our weight is fully loaded for the expedition. We are almost at our plated weight, so within about 50 kilos, 75, 50 kilos, something like that. As we said earlier on in the video, we've been taking things out of the van to allow us to take things along the way, if you like, because knowing that we're going to be going to places might mean that we buy a few things along the way and that kind of stuff. So we're taking other things out. Say for example, like the solo stove didn't make it on this trip because that weighs in around about 7 or 8 kilos with everything inside it and all the axe and all that kind of stuff. But then we've added other things, like I've got a winch as well, so that's in Tuesday's video. You'll see all about that. So all the things that we've needed, and we've gone through, what was it, took us about, well, 2 weeks ago it took us a week to go through it, and then we went away for 2 weeks, tried it all out, and then we came back to our storage unit and then went through it all again and took things out. So it's a process that we've obviously sort of worked out from maybe about a month's worth of traveling around here and there, what we need, whether we need winter and summer stuff.
The solo stove ain't coming. Cancel the expedition, says Rob.
Sending text.
It's how we can get to talk to us without having to scroll all the way through.
Yeah, to be 12 minutes behind.
Yeah. I just wanted to say as well, sorry to interrupt there. I've been skimming over lots of messages saying good luck and looking forward to seeing our trip, and wishing us a fantastic time. So just say thank you to everybody who said that so far, because we've been having lots of lovely messages of hoping that we have a great time, and we're really looking forward to showing you what we get up to. Just, you know, touring.
Yes. Jesus. Hi from Sweden. Hello from Sweden.
Oh, hi.
See you soon.
Oh, what did I saw something then? So, you see, Alex said that me ate his cooking the other week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they can't be, well, sorry Alex, it's me saying can't be funny. Can't be funny fussy eater. But yeah, that's me saying Alex's food.
Yeah. And I ate Alex's food as well.
Did you?
Sure I did.
Yeah, Dan's food.
Yeah, Dan's food, but sure, Alex, well, which meetup? First meetup, second? There was something he brought out and he was eating around it. I don't know.
Was it?
I seem to remember one night he was eating something and I tried it.
Was it not? Because Jack was feeding us very well, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, it could have been Jack.
Yeah.
Ah, well.
We get fed a lot, it's wonderful.
Will you shave your beard? It will take years off you. Why do people keep going on about the beard?
Well, the thing is, when we were in Spain, so we it was last year, wasn't it? So we went to Spain in October, and it had gotten obviously nice and warm and whatever, and John got so fed up with his beard. I think it's because we didn't have decent beard trimmers at the time. And he got so fed up with it that he went outside the van and he just shaved the funny thing right off. Gets back in the van, looks at his face and goes, I don't like it, I'm going to grow my beard back. Literally within seconds, wasn't it? So it's going to be staying for a long time. Thinking, I think you look lovely.
I'm invested in better beard trimmer now, so yeah,
so it's definitely
quite happy
better.
with that one.
Yeah, but I think you look lovely. I like the beard.
There you go, that's why the beard's staying there.
It's because you got smacks in it.
Hey. Are you worried about COVID on your trip? I was worried about COVID on the trip as I'm worried about bear attacks.
We're aware about COVID on the trip, and that we need to be aware about it, but that's it really. I think we can't do anything unless we have to do something.
Yeah, I mean, as we said last time in our trip in Spain, you stay out of populated areas, you stay away from everywhere that's, you know, shows up red on a map, like there is big infection rates in that area. But yeah, like everything in life, you cannot sit back in life and worry about all the things that could happen, because you'll get to a point in life where you're too old to do all the things that you could have done when you were proven wrong for worrying about all the things that you worried about. Just get out there, do it, stop worrying about things, worry about it when it's in front of you, deal with it then. The rest of the time, don't worry about things, just enjoy life. That's about as best I can put that.
You could have probably been a bit more concise with it, but you know, that'll do. And Rob says, life without risk is a life not worth living.
Yes.
And that's it. As far as I'm concerned, as long as it's very well weighed up risk.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And everyone's level of risk is different, and I get that. Everyone's gut feeling risk assessment is going to be different. So. Yeah.
So, Glenn Griffiths has said, what habits of yours are going to annoy Greg on your travels? And then soon Paul Brown have answered and said, thrashing him at Uno Flip. Yes, I think that'll be it, won't it?
We need to introduce Rob to Uno Flip and Monopoly.
Monopoly
What's
Go,
it called?
is it? Monopoly Go?
Yeah.
Oh, best games ever.
Too right. Adam Skinner, have you ever been pulled over by Vosa for weight? Well, me personally?
Aidan Skinner.
Or is it? Oh, Aidan Skinner.
Yeah.
No is the answer to that one. Never ever been pulled over, and I'm guessing because I've never had my van so overladen that it looks,
that you can tell from
obvious.
The outside. Yeah. I mean, the funny thing is, I think that us coming from caravanners, because we were wobble boxers for many years, is that literally I had a clipboard, and everything that we had that went in that caravan had its weight next to it, and then used to take it all off. And then we'd weigh everything that was new, and we'd know exactly how it was.
Yeah, and we'd know the precise point in the van to put things, and we'd have a nose weight gauge and all that kind of stuff. So we literally
checked everything. We've always been really on the ball with making sure that everything that goes in is weighed, and we know where it's supposed to be with respect to the axles and stuff like that. So because we've been like that, we're not really... So we're not that worried if those were to pull us, because we know that we're going to be fine for stuff like that.
It's
but
like we always check
never been pulled.
No, we always checked that the tow vehicle was legal and it was the right percentage of weight to tow it and all that kind of stuff. So yeah. Are we going to Bulgaria? Uncle Bulgaria, yeah?
Yes.
On our list.
We get to see a womble while we're there.
Yeah, we could do. Would you recommend van life in our mid-50s? Yeah.
But you can.
You're still young.
But because I'm not anywhere near them, I don't know where you go.
Mid-50s is nothing.
Martin says angle malt stickers for it's over 3.5 tons.
Yeah.
And we're 3.5 tons, so we don't need them.
Yeah.
Where do you get your magnet cacti from? Do you mean these?
Yeah, they're not magnet, they're stuck.
It's double-sided sticky tape. It's the gorilla taped on with a thing, because I wanted some green and that's all I was allowed. And I kill all the real ones anyway, so it's plastic.
Yeah, there is a plant down there as well.
Yeah, there is one in the front. That's different. That's the cab. This is the house.
Oh.
It's different. It's different.
Cab and hab. Get it right.
Cab and tab.
I think you should get to the forward part of all the questions now.
Oh, so you do the back part?
Yeah, because I'm still at 9 o'clock.
Okay. Did you know that Bulgaria aren't letting non-residents in until January? I know that people are already in Bulgaria from the UK.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's just a...
There's a little thing that we've discovered, and that is countries' rules about people coming from one place to another are totally different if you're flying to driving by land. So because we are coming through a land border and we're driving through, We're not coming from the UK. We're not coming from this country or that country on someone's red list or amber list or anything like that. We're just traveling through a border on land. Seems to be totally different. So all we've got to do is make sure that their COVID current conditions are allowing tourists. That's the biggest thing. And then make sure that we are entering that country and complying with whatever rules and regs they've got.
Yep, and that they accept the NHS app or a printed version of whatever, if they're part of this QR code scheme that goes round. Just looking at the bottom, Jill and Tony are on, and they said, time for another party, don't you think? Yes, we have to wait 9 months and then invite us as well when we come back, because that was epic.
Yeah, we'll have some stories to tell you then.
No, absolutely. Will you do a live stream with Ash? Maybe.
Yeah, see what he says about that.
Yeah, see what
obviously, we're going to be the guest on his land. So obviously, when in Rome, you got to do whatever the Romans say.
It's all his call. And if we end up just having a really good time and then just telling you, oh, we had a really good time and that's it, then that would be that, I think, wouldn't it? Oh, see, I love seeing all the green. Thank you so much for everybody that's joined as a member. It's so lovely.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
I do love seeing it.
Nice seeing the support. Thanks, guys. Aaron says that he'll look after the solo stove for you. You got your own, mate. You can't have two. Don't be greedy.
It's like shoes, one for each foot.
Yeah. How big are our batteries and is our fridge runner? Yes, we've got...
I'm waving.
At who?
It's Sue and Marley.
Oh, right, okay. Cool.
So yeah, there you go.
We've got 210 amp hour lithium batteries, and yes, we've got a 12 volt compressor fridge and it runs off them, and everything's fine. No problems at all. Oh, Keith Messer, hello from Australia. Hello, Keith.
Hello, Australia. Oh, how warm is it there at the minute? Is it still warm? Because it's all backwards, isn't it?
It's all backwards.
No, but they get the heat where we get winter.
Their seasons are opposite to ours.
It's all backwards, yes. Don't they all walk around on the heads?
Oh,
I don't know.
Me. Do you need another beer, or have you had enough?
Is there one left?
Probably.
As in, is there just one left?
Oh no, there's more than one left.
There's more one left.
Yeah. Does anybody else want a beer while I'm at it?
I've got shorts on, so if I have to squidge myself off this seat, I'll make all farty noises and no one wants to hear that at all.
Oh, you see, now there's a problem though.
Oh.
Because after you've drunk this, there's only one left.
Oh, I've seen that then. That will be... No, I'm not sharing. I was going to say that'll be yours for when we can. Where did you get that? You've been buying things. Why should I be surprised? Honestly.
Oh dear.
Have you stocked up on Jaeger bombs?
No. God, Rob, give up on the Jaeger bombs.
The last time I had Jaeger bombs was my boss's 40th birthday party, and we'd gone out into Didsbury and we'd had a right good night, but we were literally dancing our socks off and doing all this stuff on Jaeger bombs. John came and picked me up because he's a love and dropped off all my workmates as well and went to McDonald's, which is what he does. I couldn't have a conversation with him, could I? I couldn't even talk. I could not say anything, and he's like, man, are you okay? You're getting a bit drunk, and I'm like, you're gonna have to have this argument with me in the morning. Just none. So yeah, I don't do Jaeger bombs anymore. Yeah.
And it's Rob's bad influence as well on the alcohol.
No,
just one more, Rob?
Just one more.
So because Jill and Tony are late and we like them, they've asked, when are you off then? A week today we'll be in France, mate. So
What do you mean, mate? It could be Jill.
Are they not mates?
I know, but you don't say.
So is Jill not? Oh,
you don't call girls mate.
No.
No.
Okay, sorry about that. What would you say then?
I don't know. Guys.
Yes. There we go.
Yeah, a week today.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they are. It's a date. We're gonna have a party.
Oh, right,
Jill
cool.
and Tony's.
Lots of people said they want a beer. Sorry, there's one for Mandy and there's only one left. So you know.
Are you sponsored by Corona? It's all the local shop had.
It's 21. It's 21 though. It's Corona 21.
Corona 21. Yeah, it's the new version.
Oh, Lawrence says he wants to say thanks for the amazing videos. We just got our first camper a couple of months ago. Just left on our first 2 weeks trip to Scotland. Enjoy Scotland. We love it up there. Hopefully this time of year the midges will be less prevalent, and the clouds might be slightly higher than otherwise they might otherwise be.
Yeah. Has Coop got some jumpers for the colder countries? Coop, I've only just been able to convince John to actually let me put what you would class as clothes on Coop, because he's never been one for that. But he's got like a lovely fleece-lined waterproof jacket that he wears, and that keeps him nice and toasty. He's also got like a full, down to his little feet, is waterproof
rain suit
thing, and he looks well cute in it. It looks so cute. And he's got shoes, because when we came back last year we had to do 10 days at Willow Fields, and then we stayed there because it was locked down and we weren't allowed out anywhere, and I think they'd had one of their wettest Januaries that they'd ever had, and it was, you were paddling most of the time when you were there, so we got so sick of having to dry him down, so we got him this little suit, and he just looks well cute.
He doesn't, he rustles around and everything.
It's like a shell suit though. It's so funny. But he is cute in it.
If Neil's still on, you see, Neil could do it.
What?
Hey. All right, calm down.
That's just a Manc thing with the
Scousers. Yeah. And me and Neil are all right with that.
Yep.
Before anyone says anything about that. So, right, okay, then we've got an issue right here now. So Aaron says his mum wants one of your cookbooks for Christmas, so you better hurry up.
Oh, no pressure then. But okay, I'll have nothing better to do, will I? But you know.
Yeah.
Oats Freedom's jumping in the bath. All right, show it off with your bath.
Bath.
You know.
God. I think anyway it's time to call it.
Yes.
Because my voice is starting to go a bit now.
Yeah, well you need beer, you see. It's better with beer.
I might have one beer then.
Have one?
Yeah.
The one that's left?
Yeah.
Okay, that would be better. Did I miss something then?
What type of 4G antenna do you use vertically? It's all on the video. There's a video from early this year, all about our 4G Wi-Fi internet setup. Don't use 5G because 5G is a mesh network, so it's only meant for urbanized areas, whereas 4G uses a different transmission wavelength, so it goes over a much wider area, and all the details are all on that video, and they're on our website as well. Right then.
Aye.
Cool. Someone says, oh yeah, Kev said he was nodding off anyway,
yeah,
so
it's alright, Uncle
boring.
Kev. It's alright, Uncle Kev. We'll go and let you nod off by your fire.
Yeah.
It's alright.
Right then.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for joining us, guys.
Yep.
It's been lovely, and hopefully that's answered the any questions you might have.
About
obviously,
the trip and
everything. It's an open door for us all. If you've got any questions, then by all means you can use a contact form on the website, or via Instagram private message, or indeed on any videos on YouTube.
Leave a comment on this video as well. Like I say, we are going to fill you in every country we go to, every stage of the process of going through a border and all that kind of stuff in the different countries. We're going to fill it all in and vlog it all. So if you were wondering what happens when you travel through 24 countries in 9 months, then you'll soon find out.
Yes.
In 9 months.
In 9 months.
Maybe 10 months.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah. And I think the biggest thing is having to wait until the 1st of April to get the camping on board on the ferry from
that's the next bit
Greece to Italy. But yeah, that's the thing. So this is all of the planning.
Yeah. Rightio then. So yeah, thanks for joining us tonight, and thanks for everyone who's given us good wishes for our trip ahead.
Yes.
And yeah, we'll catch you soon.
Yep, absolutely.
All right then, guys. Take care of yourselves.
Loads of love, guys.
See you soon. Bye.